Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to a game of Forest Nothing. Yes, we're doing it. We are playing Forest Nothing. For those of you who don't know, Age of Empires 2 has had an active modding community since it first came out in 1999, and Forest Nothing is one of the beautiful things that has come from that community. This is just one of my favorite maps. You see, in later games like Age of Mythology, they decided, oh, you can only build these town centers on these certain locations, or you can only build so many houses, and nope. This game lets you do anything you want. If you want to make a map with nothing but trees, you can go ahead and do this. So we'll go around and introduce the players. Here's me. I'm playing in the cyan as the Celts. And next we have Utervlo playing in the red as the Huns. Then we have T90 playing in the yellow as the Celts. We have Aoe2 playing in the green as the Celts. You have Smarthy in the purple as the Celts. Willworkforicecream in the gray as the Mongols. And Smarthy asks people to X themselves. He doesn't X himself, but happens Xing Smarthy. Good by him. You have Tempires as the Celts in the orange, Ice Cream was the Mongols, and Dench555 playing as the Huns in the blue. So, he's kind of unfortunate. He was so close to the edge of the map here since farms are 3 tiles, and he's not going to be able to place any farms on this side of his town center. So 2 civs that really stand out are the Celts and the Huns. So on Forest Nothing, what do you have to do? You start with your town center and a bunch of villagers, and you have to cut your way out to get to, so that you can actually make buildings. So this is the classic version of Forest Nothing. You can see there's other versions. Some have some holes in the forest that might have relics. Sometimes you start with some space around your town center so you can get started faster. Sometimes you start with a trebuchet, so you can start cutting trees in the Dark Age, but no, this is the good old classic version, where you even have trees growing inside of this walkable area of your town center, and you basically just have enough room to make villagers, and then you have to chop yourself out. So we're playing this on fast speed, and this is going to take a while. So let's see, I'm just trying to chop out here, because now I have a 2x2 space in there. I'm going to build a house, and I'm going to use the house so that I can make more villagers and spend the rest of the food that I start with. I have 2 villages queued up. And the Celts are a good civ because the civ bonus is that the lumberjacks work 15% faster so that you can chop out through this forest more quickly. So now I've built the house, and so that was pretty stupid of me. I built the house when I really and deleted it too fast. Or because I'm building that villager, but I need to finish the villagers before I delete the house. And there we go. Now I can finish building the villagers. And yeah, so Celts are good, and the other thing you want when you get to the Imperial Age is the Siege Onager, and the Celts have that because they can cut trees, and in the Forgotten Empires expansions, they let the regular onagers cut trees, but here, only the siege onagers can. Now I delete the house, and I need to build a mill there. There you go. And I need to build the mill because the mill unlocks the farms, and after I build the mill, I then delete the mill so that I can build farms. And that's what you really need to do. You need to build a mill and delete it, so start building farms, and you start chopping on the right side of your town center because it's faster to get out since there's all these trees and stuff on the left. Now, next thing I need to do is chop out these trees so I have a 3x3 space that's big enough to build a farm. And then the other civ that's good on this map is the Huns. So why are the Huns good? Because the Huns, their bonus is that they do not need houses, but start with minus 100 wood. That really doesn't matter on this map, but they don't need houses, so they can immediately start chopping and have more villagers at the start than everyone else. Look at this guy. Look at this population. He's already at the 7 population that I got there because I made and deleted the house. He's there just from the very start of the game. And now he's building the mill, and once he deletes that mill, he's queuing up a bunch of farms in the mill. That's not the right thing. There we go. Now he's deleting the mill and building a farm on top of it. There we go. Now he'll be able now to start gathering food and getting some more villages produced. So it looks like he'll probably chop here, try to get a farm there, and then continue chopping spaces around his TCs, 3x3 squares to put down the farms. And see, he's so far ahead, I haven't even gotten my first farm up yet. And our other red player, yeah, he's a bit further behind. Looks like he hasn't all focused his villagers in one section to try to chop one area of the map. He's just kind of split them up. Because of that, he's not going to get his farms up faster. I bet there's like an ideal build order that you can follow, like a specific order of trees that you should chop based on whether you're the Huns or some other civ to get yourself up as quickly as possible. But let's see. Oh, villager pathing. It's because you didn't delete the house, so they're going to get stuck on that. But yeah, our blue player over here, unfortunately he's over by the edge of the map. But other than that, he'll probably be the fastest up, then followed by red, just because they're the Huns. And Ice Cream, he's interesting because he's the Mongols. He doesn't chop wood faster, but he probably has, if we get to the Imperial Age, one of the strongest armies, because he does still have siege onagers because he's the Mongols. And he does have the elite Mangudai to mix in. And of course, elite Mangudai do have an attack bonus versus siege, so it could be interesting if he gets a good massive Mangudai up. But the downside to the Huns, though, is that, remember, we needed siege onagers to cut trees. They don't even have normal onagers, they only have mangonels. So the only thing that they can do to chop trees is to make trebuchets from the castles. So trebuchets and siege onagers, only 2 units in the original game that can chop trees. But trebuchets, they can only chop 1 tree at a time, and they're really slow, and it takes a lot of micromanagement to cut the trees. Siege onagers are a lot faster and a lot easier to cut with. So I finally gotten up a farm. I don't even have a villager. There we go. Now just putting a villager. Another reason you want the farms on the right side of your town center is because each of these farms, they're 3x3 tiles. However, the villager only walks around on the right, or on the left 2x2 tile section near the left corner. So if you put the farm on the right side of the TC, the villager is a bit close to the TC, and he doesn't have to walk that extra 1 tile on the right side of the farm in order to drop off the food. Look at that villager getting stuck there. Maybe we should be chopping that tree. Yeah, so it looks like now I'm going to be concentrating on trying to chop out some trees over here, maybe get a farm there. Anyone needs some wood? Yes, we all need some wood. He looks like he's a bit far behind. Hasn't chopped a space for a house yet. He's just there sitting, having some fun chopping those trees. And Tempires, well, yeah, it looks like he did the thing I did where he deleted the house too quickly, but he didn't build it back afterwards, so he didn't have the space to make that 7th villager. He only had 6. That's all. T90 hasn't built a farm yet, Smarthy hasn't built a farm yet, and neither has Ice Cream. So it looks like our Huns player in blue is probably the furthest ahead, and followed by myself in red. Now I'm getting a house there, we'll see. I don't yet have the food for a villager, but once I do, I'll be able to make another villager since I'll have 3 more pop space. And now I just want to try to get up some farms, try to get some more houses up. I think there's probably a better thing you could do with creating houses to make villagers and then deleting them to have more space for farms. But I just want to get up to a point where I can get a couple farms out so I can have some constant villager production. Normally you need 6 farms for the villager production, but we see Smarthy here doing the loom upgrade. Probably just a waste of 50 gold. Your villagers aren't going to die on this map. No, there's not going to be any wolves in the way. This villager, oh, look at that idle villager there. Go to work. There we go. You only have 7. Well, you only have 7 villagers. You really got to micromanage them well. Let's check up. Ooh, looks like T90 created and deleted something. I don't know what that is. Maybe that was just the house to get the villagers. Maybe that was the mill. Let's see. He's almost got a 3x3 section finished, and looks like he's sending the villagers there to chop it now. So maybe we'll see a farm, but that villager looks like he didn't micro her and she walked away. Now trying to move her back over here. As these villagers, they just have a mind of their own when they decide what tree to cut next. Smartly asking everyone's pop. This guy, he's far and away ahead with 11. I have 9. And Obi-Wan, yeah, I don't think Obi-Wan quite knows the Forest Nothing metagame. He's just here chopping wood. And no, just having a good old time chopping wood. Smartly's worried that she's behind when it's good just, well, I think all of us are behind. I don't think any of us have the ideal Forest Nothing game plan set up yet. But I'm going to have a second house. And that'll be good because I was just at 9 population. The next villager would be my last. But now, those villagers, you need to chop over here. Maybe I'm trying to chop out this area to get another house. But, let's see. I think probably should be concentrating on this section to try to get up another farm. Yeah, I'm not thinking about deleting the houses, which probably would have been a good idea. So I could then, if I chop this tree and this tree, then I could delete the house and move the farm over and get, let's see, what would that be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'd have space for 2 farms right next to each other there. Wouldn't be able to build villagers, but I don't really have the food income to support that yet. Then maybe chop out, say, over here, just to, oh look, he's gonna tower rush T90, just to get that extra house up. But yeah, so T90 always gets tower rushed. In his Discord, he has the trust support group because he was trushed so hard. Okay, is anyone else having to manually task every villager when they're done cutting a tree? Yes, you have to do that on Forest Nothing because that's how Forest Nothing is played. Yeah, look at these villagers just standing idle there. Yeah, you gotta make sure they're doing something intelligent. Yeah. Oh yeah, so right here, if Smarthy had built this farm 1 tile to the side, then she would have had room to make 2 farms, and oh, that food income would have been so much better. And I guess, I don't know, 5 food, I guess the farm must have, yeah, it looks like I had rebuilt the farm, so it's back up to 150 food. Let's just go check out, let's check out Ice Cream. Ooh, he's on a farm now. Does everyone have a farm? Orange, he has 2 farms. Blue has 3 farms, that's the power of the Huns right there already on 3 farms. Smarthy has a farm, T90 has a farm, and Obi-Wan, yeah, Obi-Wan's still on 3 villagers. Red is building the mill right now, and he'll probably get a farm right there. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't think he quite did a very efficient chopping of the trees. Probably would have been better to focus on this side first instead of moving over here, but at least he does have everyone focused on one direction. So let's see, back to here. 2 houses, only on 1 farm though. Still a pretty good pop though. Tempires, he's also the Celt, he's caught up. He's actually surpassed me. It looks like he's done some, looks like he had made farms, then deleted them, then built the houses to get the villagers, then deleted the houses and is building the farms again. I need a version of small trees that makes the trees smaller for this map. Oh, this would be awful to play without small trees. With normal-sized trees, oh, you couldn't micro the villagers like that. Oof. If he doesn't have small trees, then it's... I have it, but they need to be smaller for this one. Even smaller than this? I don't know if even smaller than this would be good, because then you could click the trees behind stuff. But now I have room almost for a 2nd farm now. It looks like I'll be going for that pretty soon. Once these trees, they're almost done. Small trees plus. And once I get the 2nd farm, yeah, it looks like I'm gonna build a 3rd house here and a 2nd farm here, and then I'll probably be able to get some better villager production after that happens. But normally it's 6 farms to get your TC going. Yeah. And let's see, T90 is now on 2 farms. Yeah, he has the good 2 farms on the right side of the TC trick going. It looks like he's 1 tree away from being able to make a 2nd house. But yeah, I think Tempires has the right idea. You build the houses and delete them and build farms and delete them for houses, and you go back and forth a bit. Because you can't really sustain villager production at this point until you have more space. But I'm about to get that 2nd farm pretty soon. And almost 30 minutes into the game. And the only player who really is capable of doing anything is Blue, because he is the Huns and all. It's such a good early game on this map. I don't know if they're the greatest civ for the free-for-all though, just because of their weak Imperial age that they don't have the siege onagers, they don't really have any siege other than siege rams and trebuchets, and you know, their units really aren't that good against someone like the Celts, or even someone like the Saracens, who can also be picked on this map because of their market, and, well, because they're very hard counter to the Huns in the late game. The Mameluke just kind of kill pretty much everything that the Huns can make. But for team games, they're a lot more interesting, because I think that generally what you would do is you would have one player be the Huns, who would try to get to the feudal age as fast as possible using their good early game, and then once they get there, they sling the Celt player so that the Celt player can get to the Imperial Age and make siege onagers so that they can cut through the trees and cut a path to the team so they can start trading. But, I don't know, team games, Spanish would probably also be a good civ. If I build a mill and delete it, can I still build farms? Yes, that is. He's learning the Forest Nothing game plan now. If he builds that mill, he deletes it. Delete that. Yeah, the mill is just a bunch of wasted space. Ooh, he has one more tree to chop. And then he'll be able to build a farm, but he's not chopping the right tree. Ooh, are all those villagers going to that? No, they're going to the tree next to it. Maybe that was just a misclick. And then they're just gonna walk around. Let's see, what are those villagers doing? They're just moving around like the AI villager. Like he can't decide what to do, so it's just retasking them to resources, and they don't actually do anything. And what is this villager doing? He's not even dropping off the wood he's carrying. Just carrying 8 wood around. There we go. He finally found another tree. Maybe he didn't manually retask the villagers, so they just spent all their time walking around and walking around. This villager, she's walking around too. What's she? Oh, there you go. Finally deciding to. Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. You gotta play Forest Nothing to learn Forest Nothing. I think I might have done this like once before offline, just because I was interested. And let's check up on Red. He's still on 1 farm. Yeah, and he has room for 2 farms too if you just move that over 1 tile. Hasn't quite gotten the early game build order correct just yet. So let's see, Blue, he really knows what he's doing. About to have room for a 4th farm, really taking advantage of those Huns, and despite having the bad position near the edge of the map, making the most of it. He's definitely making the most of it. And let's see, ooh, Smarthy, she's also doing pretty well, up to 15 population. 2 houses, 3 farms, and now focusing all of her villages on one side of the town center. Yeah, looks like she's getting the hang of this thing. Starting to really drive that eco into production. Let's see, Ice Cream, he's on 12. There we go. Looks like he had been deleting houses too, so he only has 1 right now. Probably deleted them to make room for that nice farm right there. He'll now be on his 2nd farm. And let's see, who else is there? So we look at Tempire, Smarthy, and T90. Ooh, T90 is on 3 houses, but only 1 farm. Looks like you could probably make some more villagers, then delete that house to build a farm there. You can delete that house and chop those trees for another farm, then concentrate on the houses over here. Rebuild that farm. What was just said? Oh, Ice Cream saying, his map is bugged and his board is trapped. Yeah, my wood is blocking my other wood. Yeah, no boar on this map. Yeah, there are versions where there's, like, you start in a pocket by yourself, and when you cut outside, there's wildlife that will attack your villagers. Or maybe some hunt that you can hunt. But no, I like the classic version. You can't beat the classics, and the classic Forest Nothing definitely is the best Forest Nothing. See, T90 is struggling to get that food production in. And I now hit my 20 villager cap. I can build a house there. Oh, I can actually build 2 more houses and keep those villagers going with 3 farms. But I think I want to try to get another farm in this area. See, I have 3 farms right now. I really want to get up to that level of 6 farms before I can start throwing in more houses. And sometimes they're actually fast feudal builds, where you go really fast to the feudal age just so you can sell your resources at the market, but really no point doing that as the Celts player when you know there's a Huns player in the game, because the Huns will get up faster. There's a lot of strategy. There's the spading tactic of your score will tell you approximately how much wood you've gathered, and if the score drops, that's an indication that the player has clicked up to the feudal age because they're spending 500 food to click up, and the score drop will show that they had lost the resources. And then once the research finishes, the score goes up again because you get the points for having completed the research. but you can put the farm, when you make a mill, you can queue farms in it, and if you queue farms in the mill, your wood count goes down, and you don't get the points for them until the farms get created again. So by queuing them in the mill, you can drop your score artificially and trick people into thinking you went up to the feudal age. I don't know if that's ever useful, but it's a thing you can do. Let's just keep these trees chopping. And let's see, looks like I snuck another house in there, and I'm about to get room for another farm. And it looks like I really want to get to this area behind my TC. I guess I have a spot or something. Oh, I guess I have maybe a one-tile gap? I have no idea how that villager just walked there. That really looks like it should be blocked off between the house and the TC, but apparently that villager can just glitch herself back there? There definitely isn't a space there for the villager to walk. What is she doing? This is some HD glitching right here. I might drush. Yeah, the drush is definitely one of the strongest strategies on this map. And it's really strong because like no one is expecting it, right? See, if I had 3 militia that just appeared right over here in Tempire's base, like he probably resigned right away just because of how incredibly surprising that would be. I mean, of course, we are playing this on Voodly, so it would be kind of hard to get the militia all the way through this forest, but if we were playing on HD, it's probably broken enough that you could probably glitch your units through here and get to his base. Probably wouldn't even be that hard to do. But yeah, less said about HD, the better. Oh, that is an awful port. But yeah, anyway, so now I'm on 4 farms, and that's pretty good. I'm getting close to being able to sustain these villagers. See, Smarthy's doing pretty well as well, so is Tempire. So Tempires looks like, yeah, he's been doing the make farms, delete houses trick. You can see the deleted houses there. That seems like it's working out pretty well for him. And Smarthy, she's doing the make houses and farms at the same time thing. Has 3 farms, and has been building the houses really close to her TC and making room for farms over here. Kind of being very orderly with the houses, whereas I'm just trying to kind of fit the puzzle pieces together, squeeze them in wherever I can. And let's see where I concentrate on next. I think I might be trying to get behind this house. Not quite sure there. And then, let's see, Red, he's still not really concentrating his chopping in one location. See, if you want to play Forest Nothing, you need to micro your villagers so that they chop in one location so that you have a good area to build your farms. If you spread them out like this, you might have a 2-tile gap all the way around your TC. And yeah, they might chop the wood more efficiently if they're all nice and spread out, but you're not going to have room for buildings, and you really want to put down those farms. They're the most important thing you can do to get your food. And of course, if you're someone other than the Huns, your houses. Ooh, I wonder in the HD expansions if the Incas would be a good civilization, because their houses take, you get twice as much population space from them. So they might actually be pretty strong, because they also have honor goods so they can cut. So I don't know, maybe in a 1v1 between them and the Celts, maybe Incas would be a good choice. I don't know, maybe Portuguese would be interesting because of the Feitoria. They could just get as much stone as possible, because that's what happens in the late game. There's no gold or stone. So if it's a team game, you're gonna start trading at some point. You're gonna try to clear out one of the sides of the map and trade from corner to corner. And so I guess Spanish would be good in a team game because of their trade bonus. But the problem is that all of your gold comes from trade, and you're going to get wood and food just because you can gather them like normal, but there's no stone on the map, so all of the stone comes from being bought at the market. And look at that, our Huns player already up to the feudal age, followed closely by Orange. Unfortunately for him, the Huns player is going to manage just to beat him, and with a much larger population. Looks like he had gone for a fast feudal build, whereas the Huns player just kind of boomed a bit. Even had the lumber camp in the middle because he needed the second building. Looks like Orange even deleted the lumber camp. Ooh, so I think that Orange is going to need to rebuild the mill as soon as he gets to the feudal age, because the mill unlocks the market building like it does the farms. And since the market is a feudal age building, if you don't have a mill at the start of the feudal age, you won't have it to be able to build a market. So let's see, if Blue he should delete these farms and just immediately put up a market. Yeah, there goes the market with a whole bunch of villagers building it, just so that he can sell a ton of wood as soon as he gets there. And the market prices, let's see, do we see market prices on the overlay? No, can I get them through this? I'm not sure how to change that. Anyway, we see he just sold a whole ton of wood and even bought some stone. Yeah, that's good because the stone, you want to buy that before it gets expensive. And so, unfortunately for Orange, Blue definitely beat him up to the next stage. And we see his score kind of low at this point just because he sold those resources. Smarthy's like, remind me why I picked Celts. Because Siege Onager and woodcutting bonus. Celts and Huns, they're the way to go. And Tempires, he just as he's looking at those market prices, he says, yep, Blue got there just first. And now Blue, market blacksmith will... Yeah, Tempires was not the first to sell. Fortunately for him, he was not the Huns. But Blue, now up to the Castle Age. And we'll see what I do. So at this point, I think I've been doing pretty well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 farms. Villages kind of getting blocked. We could probably delete those 2 houses, rebuild them over here, just get another farm in that area. Or I might just be trying to continually make villagers as I build houses at this point. So I'm almost at the point where I can sustain that, getting another house there. What are these? I don't stand idle like that. Come on. So many villages that you have to micro here. Ooh, and I can build another house here. So yeah, I've gotten to the point where I can build houses fast enough that I can keep making villagers. But I think for this game, I go for a really long Dark Age, like longer than I really should have. And I tried to go straight to the Imperial Age. And I think that maybe staying in the Castle Age a tiny bit longer just so you can get out your town centers and do your eco is probably better than the direct to the Imperial Age approach. Is now, I have all these villagers going idle and I really need to kind of find a way to make more space for them. Castle Age is nice because then you can make more town centers and then make villages from multiple town centers. I still am at the second highest population behind the Huns player. He'll move ahead once he finishes advancing, but Ice Cream now, our next player up to the Feudal Age with the Mongols, and we'll see if he understands what the Feudal Age build is. This Tempire does wheelbarrow right now, and what is Ice Cream going to do in the Feudal Age? Nothing. Okay, he's just building a lumber camp right now, doesn't even have the houses to make more villagers. Not doing wheelbarrow, he has the food for that. Making a mill, I guess he realizes he needs the mill to make a market, but the market is... You need 4 tiles to make the market, and you don't have room to make the market right now. So he's going to need to do some more chopping. Meanwhile, let's check up on Orange, who's also in the Feudal Age. Yeah, he is the blacksmith in the market. He's going up to Castle Age right now, and so he deleted the blacksmith. So the blacksmith is the building that you need in order to create the siege workshop. So if you delete the blacksmith, then you're not going to be able to make the siege workshop. That is, if you delete the blacksmith in the Feudal Age, then you won't be able to make the siege workshop in the Castle Age until you make another blacksmith. But if you delete the blacksmith after you've reached the Castle Age, then the siege workshop will unlock as you reach the Castle Age, and then you can delete the blacksmith and still build the siege workshop after it. So yeah, things can be a bit confusing like that. Like if you're trying to click up to the Feudal Age and you need 2 buildings, you need 2 buildings at the same time. If you make the blacksmith, then delete it, and then make a market, you won't be able to click up. You need both the blacksmith and the market at the same time. But Tempires is up to the Castle Age, and we'll see what Blue's doing. Yeah, Blue's just going for a bit of a boom, has space for another town center. Let's see, maybe he could... No, probably should pick another space for a town center. Yeah, putting one right there. Probably better than against the edge of the map so that he can fit some farms around it. So he's got a pretty good lead at this point. He's already advanced 2 ages and even has more villagers than I do. And Smarthy's playing pretty well so far too. Villagers getting a bit clumped up, but definitely she's at, I think, 3rd in population behind me and the Huns player, so that's doing pretty good. And so yeah, I'm just going to keep adding in villagers and farms. So I think I was trying to do just like add in farms until I can continue creating villagers and have the food to click up to the feudal age. But I think it probably would have been better in retrospect to go up faster. I see Ice Cream now doing wheelbarrow. Still hasn't put buildings, but now he has the space for a market. Can probably have to delete a farm to fit the blacksmith as well. And let's see what he does. He is building that market. A ton of villagers trying to get it to go up. And will he put a blacksmith down behind it? Could maybe just build the blacksmith. There might be room there behind the TC. And an Ice Cream, build a blacksmith. Selling a ton of now you don't have the wood for a blacksmith because he sold it all. Well, that's unfortunate. Now you're gonna have to chop more wood. These villagers, not chopping in the best location. They have to walk all the way around those houses to drop things off. Yeah, that build definitely, I think all players here, there's definitely a room for improvement on these builds. And let's check in. Let's see Obi-Wan. He's finally managed to make the lumber camp, complete the mill, and make the farms, and he's still chopping away at those trees. He's starting to figure this out. Definitely starting to figure this out, and even has more population than Ice Cream. So good that Obi-Wan's finally figuring out how to do this. T90 has built a palisade wall. I guess he probably just didn't want villagers chopping that part of the wood line, and now he's moved out. He's got a lumber camp, still not the highest population, but he's getting there. He's getting there. And Tempires up to the castle age. Hasn't made any more town centers yet. That's interesting. I think that as long as you have the room for houses, it's probably better just to delete the farms and make good town centers. Remaking the mill, I guess he probably wants to do that. Yeah, he wants the farm upgrade. No, definitely good to go for those upgrades if you can afford them. They'll save you a lot of wood, but again, I don't know how much of a concern wood is on this map. That's interesting. Maybe you might want to skip heavy plow just so that you have the extra food and just not worry about the farm upgrades at all until later, since you're just gonna have so much wood to rebuild the farms. And deleting that as soon as the upgrade comes in. Building a house. Would probably delete this lumber camp and make the town center here. Maybe that's what he's doing. And yeah, that is exactly what he's doing. There he goes, he puts up the town center. Blue. Looks like he deleted his starting town center to make a castle, and now is just gonna pump villages in those two town centers. And I wonder what I guess he's going to use the castle as the building he needs to click up to the Imperial age, so he'll probably be up pretty soon. Meanwhile, I've added in a couple lumber camps just to decrease the distance of the drop-off points, but I have so many idle villages. Yeah, I think it would have been good to go up just because I'm getting kind of overcrowded here, and I really need to go up just because making more villages isn't really going to be helpful if they're all just standing idle like this. But Blue, an hour into the game, he's already up to the Imperial age. He will be there when I am still in the Dark Age and when a lot of players are still in the Dark Age. And we'll see where is T90. Yeah, he's figuring this out. Well, he's done the same thing as me, where you build the two houses on this side of your town center and kind of add some things along the bottom. That's a different approach than Smarthy, when she just put all the houses around one area. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, but no, looking back at this, I definitely think that you're basically like a puzzle, and you got to keep deleting the houses and moving the puzzle pieces around until you get things that fit together. It's the nice game of Tetris, maybe, with just interlocking pieces, getting them to fit together. Oh, look at all these idols. They're trying to double up. You need villagers definitely are not Kamyuks, and there you go. You can trapping some villagers in here so they can chop efficiently and still have that lumber camp there. Should probably try to move some more villagers down here. All of these idols, so many idols. All you have to do is micro villagers and still get so many idols. And they're trying to delete that lumber camp just to have space to build a house and so the villagers can still drop off. What am I doing with those villagers there? I guess they're just trying to drop off their wood. So I guess now I probably want to fit some villagers here. Maybe build another house there. and then keep chopping out here. Ooh, adding in another farm there. That's good, I think. Just there. Oh, Smarthy is like, that guy's in the Imperial Age, I'm just in the Dark Age, what's going on? And now he has a market again, doing guilds. Again, guilds, a very important upgrade because it makes the market prices better, and you're going to be selling a lot on this map. And let's see how Dench is doing. Yeah, once he gets his guild, did guild, immediately sold a ton of wood, and we can already see his gold pile going up. And so one of the other things about Huns on this map is because in this game, at the castle, wherever the castle is in this tech tree, never navigate the tech tree, there you go, there's spies. See, spies cost 200 per enemy villager, which means in an 8-player game, by the time you reach Imp, it generally is going to be 30,000 gold. But Huns, their unique technology, atheism, I think most people know it because it makes Relic and Wonder victories take 100 years longer to complete, and it's sometimes useful in standard victory, but the thing that's even less useful is researching spies and treason costs 50% less. That means instead of 30,000 gold, you only pay 15,000 gold for spies, which lets you see all enemy units and buildings on the map. You get their line of sight. And if you can do that in a game and afford it, sometimes it can be really useful. You're never going to actually do that in a real game because you're never going to have gold for it. It's more just when the enemy is dead and trying to hide their villagers in the corner of the map, you can do it so you can spot their units. But here, let's see, he'll probably be able to do it. And I think that's definitely something you do in Forest Nothing. If you can sell so much wood, like I already have 20,000 wood. If spies costed wood, like I'd be able to get it. But market prices are going to be low. You're going to have to sell a lot in order to get it. And the other thing you want to do is you want to buy stone. You want to buy as much stone as you can so that your opponents don't buy it. Because it's a competition for stone. And the Huns player, of course, is going to be the one who gets the stone. And Tarkans, at least in AOC, probably not a unit that use too much. But for the Celts player, World Raiders are incredibly important, and you definitely need castles for them. But Huns, I guess it's good they get the stone though, because they can get the trebuchets out more quickly so they can cut. And now he's going to start chopping trees with his trebuchets. And red is up to the feudal age. Right now it's just, green even made it to the feudal age. He's up pretty fast. Building a blacksmith, we'll see if he manages to make the market. He probably doesn't realize he needs the mill to make the market. And he's building a mining camp even. He's probably like, oh no, how come I can't make the market? And red is up to the feudal age. He probably needs to make another mill too. And these trebs. 4 trebs now. He got pretty well. We're going to see blue just making as many trebs as he can from that castle. Just so we can, let's take a look at that castle here. Another treb coming out. Has a ton of gold. And he's just going to be making treb after treb after treb so he can cut and create more room for his base. And as he gets this more room, we'll see he'll be able to put some lumber camps on the side, be able to start chopping more effectively with the villagers, and maybe even chop into an enemy and start attacking. Because if he gets there and the enemy is only in the Dark Age, that guy's just gonna die. Now Smarthy's up to feudal, has a mill. We'll see, what does she do? Doing wheelbarrow, not going for the market in the blacksmith yet. Let's see, will she wait until she chops and has space for it, or will she delete stuff? Because deleting stuff is definitely the right play. As blue, looks like he's packed his trebuchets, trying to move them forward, cut a bit more. But yeah, definitely having that space is really important, so you're not like me with all the villagers bunched up. I've kind of gotten to the point where I have enough villagers that I'm creating space fast enough that they're not bunched up anymore. But yeah, I don't know, I think it probably would be, like around now, I definitely should be clicking up. And yeah, I have all that wood. I think I really need to be clicking up right now so that I can sell that and make some more moves later in the game. I don't think the hour and 15-minute Dark Age is a really good strategy. I was really trying to go for the I don't need any idle time on the TC strategy, but there I am canceling a few villagers. And I'm going to be really greedy with that and not click up yet, but I definitely should have clicked up. Even T90's up. He has like only 50 villagers, but he's up to the feudal age. Let's see, has Ice Cream, no, Ice Cream looks like he's still in feudal, hasn't really figured out the whole market blacksmith thing. Smarthy has the mill, continuing to build houses. She might stay feudal for a while. Good thing about being in feudal is you can do the wood chopping upgrade. See, T90 has made it to feudal. He has a mill. Will he put down the market and the blacksmith? He is deleting. There we go. He knows what he's doing. He is deleting buildings. He is making that market, and he needs the blacksmith somewhere. Where is he going to make that blacksmith? He has the wood for the blacksmith, and there we go. Market blacksmith up right away. Making with those villagers, and we'll see what resources he's going to sell. Can't just say he doesn't speak English. Aw. And T90 selling immediately. Building trade carts. Oh, why did you? Yep, you are definitely going to trade. You know, I mean, maybe on maybe HD you could glitch your trade carts through, get to this market and trade, glitch them back through the forest. But not here. Actually, you know, there used to be so like the relic teleporting bug. There's a bug where if you have a relic and a monk picks up the relic, it turns into a separate unit that is monk with relic. And the way the game handled that, if you had your monks that were just kind of stuck with like two monks on one tile, stuck really close together, and you try to pick up the relic, sometimes you'd be able to teleport the relic to your monk and grab it from a really long distance away, as long as you had explored the relic. And you could do a similar thing with trade carts, since they get replaced with trade carts that have gold in them, and you could actually just kind of keep one trade cart or two trade carts stuck really close to each other and teleport gold into the trade carts from far away. But let's see, Obi-Wan, I think he finally figured out what did he ask? But for a market, I have to build the mill again. Yes. Yeah, he's figured out what he has to do. Where is Dench? I have a bad feeling someone is coming soon with Trebs. Oh, well, your bad feeling is correct, because he is indeed coming soon with Trebs. But we'll see if he goes for that location. And he might not go there. He might cut towards Smarthy instead. It looks like his Trebs are on this side of space. And yes, he does. Stop making Trebs. Probably should keep making more Trebs, but putting down a stable. I don't know if it's good to commit to army this soon. We probably just want to focus more on the eco and more on the Trebs. But we'll see. Now, I am finally up to the feudal age, and we'll see, where do I put the market? In the blacksmith, I delete that lumber camp, and I build the market there with a ton of villagers. And where's the blacksmith going to go? Right next to it, market blacksmith. Right away, and we will be up to the next stage immediately after this. Market blacksmith. Selling resources, as I'm going to buy some food to click up, because I have thousands upon thousands of wood to sell. And there we are, up to the castle age, and it looks like I will even beat Smarthy up to the castle age. So looks like she didn't do the feudal age build that great. It was there for a long time, but now as the market is making the blacksmith, and she will be up immediately after that with the hour and 22 minutes clicking up to the castle age. There we are. Best castle time we've ever seen. And now let's see. Things are starting to lag a bit. I hope my PC doesn't die from the Forest Nothing. I've seen a lot of people having trouble streaming Forest Nothing just because it's so powerful that it breaks your computers. Why do people play this? Because it's fun. Kappa. No Kappa, this is the best map. Is it though? Yes. This is definitely the best map in the game. Now, you might think that, there's trees everywhere. This is pretty stupid. And you're right. But that is exactly the point. And now I think I'm just deleting things, trying to get villagers through. Yeah, I definitely don't need that 100 pop in the Dark Age. Probably around 40 or something would have been better to click up. Yeah, I have a lot of wood that I could have sold and just clicked up more quickly. But I think I might go for the Siege Workshop University approach, because I still have the blacksmith alive, so I can immediately build a Siege Workshop here. There's a Siege Workshop, and we'll see if I put down a university somewhere. And oh no, monastery. That makes sense. Siege Workshop, monastery. Monastery is slightly cheaper than the university. I think it might have to even build faster. Not sure, but anyway, I'm going to put those up and then go straight to the Imperial Age. So Tempires is also in the Imperial Age. He's already heading for that Siege Onager upgrade. So I think Blue kind of lost his window of opportunity where he could have done some damage to Orange. Orange is going to have Siege Onagers. Still definitely has a much smaller population and a much smaller base, but he'll get those Siege Onagers out. Let's see, right now I've already queued up a mangonel. I know what I'm going to do when I get to the next stage. Deleted the monastery, putting up 2 more town centers. Going to start booming. I'll need to buy stone to get a 3rd, but I think I'm going to prioritize probably the honor upgrade with the resources I have. I'll start adding in more farms. Ooh, farms a tile away from the town center. That just makes me grass sad on the inside. Everyone's selling their wood, trying to get some gold, because definitely need that gold for the siege honor upgrade. Now adding in more farms, definitely want to have enough farms to produce from 3 TCs. Only have 10 farmers right now. We only need probably like 18 or so to produce from 3 farms. Maybe fewer because of wheelbarrow, but generally the guideline is 6 villagers in order to produce from a town center, with 6 villagers on food per town center. Adding in more houses because, yes, houses are important. We'll check in on Obi-Wan, see. Oh. He is up to the Imperial Age, and that's what matters. Has the monastery and the siege workshop, and he is on his way up. Now, he might have 25 population, but that's a reward in itself. That if the Steam achievements that they made for HD, instead of just like those crappy play 500 games or beat the Celts 500 times, no, one of those achievements should be figure out how to get to the Imperial Age from Force Nothing, because that's a really good puzzle to solve. Ice Cream, though, on 35 pop, he has made it to the Castle Age. And we'll see, what is he going to do? Blue does Paladin. He's the Huns, of course. He'll probably go for the Paladin and Cav Archers. I'm up to the Imperial Age doing Onager right now, and I will... How am I going to get the food for Siege Onager? I'm probably going to need to cancel fills from these town centers. Oh, I was late on wheelbarrow. I probably should have done that as I was... Or I was on 1 TC and just went straight up. Yeah, I guess I didn't have a second TC until I built these 2. Probably could have done that earlier, though. So I'm selling a ton of wood to get that gold. And will I buy food here? Buying food is probably the right thing to do. Is this diplomacy? Yeah, you can change your diplomacy on this in the diplomacy tab. Yeah, I guess I had somehow allied with Ice Cream. Maybe he just set everyone to ally. Oh yeah, that's another trick you can do. You can set people to ally to decrease the cost of spies, because if everyone is your ally, spies only cost 200 gold for enemy villagers, and if everyone is your ally, spies is just going to have its minimum cost. So you can get it really cheap. Siege Workshop. I'll be getting some more onagers out. Almost ready to cut. Or only 1 onager. Oh no, 3 onagers. Cutting the back of his base. He's gonna use this area for houses. That'll be nice. And then probably expand more in this direction. Wait, looks like his onagers have done a really good job cutting. And see, so close to being finished. Already queuing up more onagers. It's just gonna be so nice when I get to cut and doing guilds at the market, so I'll have the better selling prices. And I think at this point, my strategy was just buy as much stone as I can before the market prices become unsustainable for buying stone. And there come the onagers. And there we go, starting to chop. Oh yeah, so much space now, so much space. Oh man, this is just so much fun to watch. Just these villagers just chopping wood. I feel like this would be a great thing to do. Just like if you have trouble falling asleep at night, just grab some villagers, have them start chopping wood, and just listen to the sound. Just the nice, calming, soothing sound that they make. Now, as much as we love the wooloo, like you gotta appreciate the villagers chopping wood. There's so many villages that I can't even double click to select all of them. And there you go. And keep. Someone had asked about the score, probably. So much selling. Yeah, what does it say? Does top score mean anything? It means that you haven't sold your resources. I think I said that. Yeah. So many market messages. Okay, something got stuck there. Anyway, Yeah, so when you sell your resources at the market, you're trading them for gold, and you end up with less total resources, so your score goes down. And I think what I'm going to do is just chop an area and try to put up as many military buildings as I can, but not make any military units and keep the population just for villagers and siege onagers. Now I have room for building a castle. And, ooh, I don't know, does conscription make you train villagers faster? It might. And yeah, now queuing up more villagers, doing handcart. Really late on the handcart, but now everyone except Ice Cream and Smarthy are in imp. What is Smarthy's just gonna boom it down in Castle Age? So like she's just put down town centers and is going for the Smarthy boom. And Ice Cream still on one town center. So it looks like Ice Cream and Obi-Wan probably are at the below so far, but Obi-Wan he's got that onager out. Looks like he's getting ready for that siege onager. Ice Cream is up to imp right now, so he'll be up soon, and Smarthy will be up to imp right behind him. And Obi-Wan, look like he's saving up for that onager upgrade. He has the market and the siege workshop, all in the camp and 2 houses. He's gonna get there. I hope he does. And then we see Red, our other Huns player, hasn't added any trebuchets yet. All of this, that's impressive. This entire area of his base has been cut out just by his villagers and his 2 town center boom. And oh, looks like I missed this. Looks like we have some fighting going on down here. Finally, some action in Forest Nothing in the city. Blue is just pushing right directly into Orange's base with the trebuchets, with these paladins and heavy cav archers, and stuff's going down. He's garrisoning the town center, but now Huns versus Celts is a hard matchup. This Celts player, he has some halberdier, and he'll be able to take out those paladins with the halberdier at City's base. He has, a ton of barracks, and the important thing is what are his resources. He's not doing that well on food, but he does have some farms. Not doing well on food, that is because his barracks are fully queued with halberdiers. And once the halbs come out, Blue only has 50 military. I know that might seem like a large number compared to Tempire's 9, but these halbs will come out pretty quickly. And the Huns player doesn't really have that much to deal with halbs. He has a few heavy cav archers, but this push, he stopped attacking things with his Shrebs. Really should be taking out that town center. I don't know what he's doing. Ooh, almost lost the Shreb there to that halb, but yeah, really needs to keep pushing. He's kind of stalled right now, probably afraid of all these halbs. Look at that, now he's all the way up to 27, and that many halbs, he'll be able to take a fight against these paladins. And what is Blue doing? He's just patrolling his paladin around there. He's cut up to the side, making an outpost, trying to see more of the map. But is anyone already fighting? Yes, they are. We finally got into the action portion before something. It only took 90 minutes, but we're there. This barrack's going to go down to Paladin. What is he doing with the trebs? So right now what he should probably do is have a couple villagers come forward so they can repair the trebs, and then have the trebs start shooting at something. I don't know what he's so afraid of. He sees that the Celt player is just making barracks, so now would be a great time to add in more heavy cav archers. He only has 1 archery range, and he is adding in some more, but no more paladins. I think heavy cav archer definitely, especially since his wood economy looks really strong, would have been the right answer here. And yeah, so just not pushing into Orange, and Orange is going to live for now. A few idle villagers, but if you look at the population, still at 66 villagers, still at 120 population, and he's making another siege workshop now, so he'll be in an okay spot actually. I think he'll be able to survive, especially if now he has the larger military. Yeah, blue definitely missed a window of opportunity here. I think Orange is being the passive one. If he moves forward now, he'd be able to take out this paladin. Red looks like he's doing some upgrades, has the trebs out to cut, getting ready to attack. Light Cav, Blast Furnace, starting to do his upgrades. Might be going for the Hussar because he knows he doesn't have gold. And let's see, I'm almost at that pop cap. I'm getting close. I have 169 villagers now, but it's like nothing else really is going on. Ice Cream may finally have made another town center. Yeah, now finally he's on 2 town centers. Smarthy still getting her boom on. Looks like she had bought some stone to make another town center. Things are going well for her. T90, he's made some onagers. He started cutting out cutting towards me. I'll have to be careful of that in case he decides to attack. But he's also cutting towards Smarthy. And this looks like he's gonna run into Smarthy soon. So as this attack kind of is stalled out, nothing's going on over here. These villagers just came forward. They did repair the trebuchets, which is nice. I like to see some archery ranges here. But now the onagers are out. And he's just cutting some more space for himself in the back. This is kind of stalled, and let's see what happens over here. Oh, T90, he's found someone. He knows he's found Smarthy. Smarthy's saying stop. Uh-oh, indeed. So, see, when he says sorry, is he indeed sorry? Or, I don't think he is. He's just making more siege onagers. Tempires is too young to die, but that's okay because no one's killing you. Blue's just stopped. And now, walling that up with the barracks. Smarthy is only has a siege workshop right now, no military buildings to defend. And so Tempires is asking who's there. It's the middle of two people, between Ice Cream and Red. And here come these siege onagers. What are they? Are they gonna attack the barracks? Yep, going for the barracks. That'll actually go down pretty quickly. But no, he's going to pull back. That's gonna let her get the pikeman upgrade. That's gonna finish now. Now Orange is asking if anyone wants to ally. Trebs have finally unpacked, and taking out the market, that'll probably be good. But see, he doesn't have much of a place to fall back. Definitely doesn't have the same economy as Blue. If Blue decided to push in, he could probably just overwhelm him at this point, but would really need to be careful about those cap archers dying to the siege onagers. Now he's trying to chop. And so Tempire's diplomatic stance with Ice Cream changed to ally. So they're going to be allies. T90, he's doing all of his military upgrades now. Looks like he didn't mean it when he said he was sorry, because he's starting to push in with some onagers. Smarthy's trying to wall behind that, adding in some barracks to make some halbs. And he keeps chopping in, he's adding in a castle, add in ward raiders and halbs of his own. As he pushes in with the siege onagers, those trebs take out the town center. Orange now does not have a town center, building a market in the back, and willing to make another town center. Surprised he was on one town center this long. It looks like he's trying to cut out to Ice Cream, try to make an alliance and see if he makes it there. I guess if they have Carto, they should be able to see each other. Yeah, let's see. It looks like me and Blue are the only two people on 200 pop right now. I have 192 villagers and 8 siege onagers for cutting, so I think it's a pretty good balance. See, I think I am at this point. Am I buying stone? Yeah, I'm just trying to buy stone. I want to make as many castles as I can so I can make ward raiders. And now, villagers fighting the siege onagers, so they don't have anything next to them to protect. Getting a nice shot on the villagers. Will they shoot themselves? And nah, pikemen are there to protect them now. Pikemen do like no damage to villagers, but they'll clean this up. There's a low, that 3 HP one, that one could go down. So they run underneath the castle, and no, not gonna get a single kill. Oh, but it did make him shoot himself. That was unnecessary, but it worked. Meanwhile, Blue building a bit of a wall here, still. So, but both these players, they're being very cautious, nice and cautious. I don't know where he's cutting there, but now the action is between T90 and Smarthy. Smarthy has the halbs out before T90 does. Doesn't look like he's upgrading them. And well, Smarthy does have twice the score. And if we look at her resources, all that wood, T90 doesn't have any resources. I think, Smarthy, she just needs to press buttons at this point. If she starts pressing buttons and queuing units, she'll be able to overwhelm this army pretty easily. As the problem is, she doesn't really have space to add more units of her own. Does she has the siege workshop. Does she have siege onager upgrade? Yeah, she does. So yeah, I think if she manages to get these buildings up, she definitely has a stronger economy at this point. If you look at those villagers, up by about 15 villagers, it has like all that wood in the bank. You can just sell that. What's going on in the chat? Oh, spies. Someone just got spies, and I'm guessing that is... There we go, Dench mocks your puny achievements. Relic and Wonder victories now take longer. Spies have infiltrated your nation. That's why he wasn't spending his resources. He wanted to do spies, and now we can see he sees absolutely everything. He sees that where Red's cutting. He sees that T90 and Tristan are or that T90 is attacking Smarthy, and Smarthy's like, yeah, T90's here. Is that she knows where he is. She's making house of her own, but the military numbers aren't quite there yet. Let's see, definitely go back to Smarthy, and he's not very evenly queued up in the barracks. Really, if she had made a few more barracks back here, just started making some halves earlier, probably could have pushed this back. I mean, she's doing a decent job right now. Let's try to keep my eye on the minimap down here as these guys are still doing nothing. Just made a pocket for his villagers to chop wood. And Orange, is Orange still not built a town center? Yeah, Tempire still hasn't made a second town center. It's so weird. Alright, Ice Cream's like, nope, for something. And, oops, Smartly with her siege onagers, will she get a good siege onager shot here? See attack, and yeah, takes out a siege onager. These ones are kind of crunked up. Takes out another. Take out a few halbs. Yeah, could probably gotten a better shot on those siege onagers there, but she's holding her own. He's pushing his back a bit. Go back to T90. Definitely much lower on the resources than Smartly. And these siege onagers missing a shot as the halbs are moving in. Just can't really fight. Oh, and here come the heavy scorpions though. That's gonna be a problem for the halbs. I think Smarthy might have missed her window of opportunity here. Just you know, not quite the space she needs for pumping out halbs, but you know, 5 barracks really isn't enough when you have 60,000 wood and 10,000 food. You need more barracks than that to sustain your halb production. Yeah, only on 150 pop. You definitely could have a higher pop at this point. But, ooh, nice onager shot on those. On the halbs, takes out 2 onagers for free. And an attack ground looks like it missed, and not going to be retargeted. So we'll lose those 2 onagers. Didn't get a shot on the scorpions, but so scorpions for the Celts, they do have the more HP. And what else do the Celts? Do they have any other bonuses on their scorpions? Yeah, they fire faster too. Your siege weapons also fire faster. So faster fire scorpions can be really deadly as the Celts. Now sometimes you'll see Doubt go for double siege workshop scorpions in the Castle Age. I think that's more as a joke than anything, but it definitely can work. The scorpions definitely do have their strengths, but a few units don't get in the back here. Woad Raiders will do a good job of killing these villagers. Blue still hasn't moved in yet, but trebuchets are starting to attack. And let's take a quick look. Ice Cream and Orange have cut to each other. They'll be good. Red now has a huge army of Paladin. He's going to be cutting towards Green. So Green, just now doing the Siege Onager upgrade. He will get Siege Onager and be able to cut. So good for Green. He'll have the Research Siege Onager on Force Nothing achievement unlocked. If there were such a thing. And now, as we get to about 2 hours in the game, T90 doing capped ram, not quite the siege ram yet. Smartly has a few siege onagers, but still not at the population she needs. T90 has moved ahead in population, and all these dead bodies from this one remaining Woad Raider. Yeah, you can't really fight Woad Raiders with villagers. You need to stab him, I guess, 18 times since they only have 3 attack and he's 3 armor. But just you know, try to overwhelm him right here. Don't lose more villagers. Or just add a couple of halbs, bring them back. But now T90 is doing siege ram. As we've started trade. We started trade between Ice Cream and Tempires. So we'll have a team over on that side of the map. Meanwhile, T90 he's just going to attack. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here booming on my 200 population, just and have a few onagers in case I want to cut. Was considering deleting them at one point just so I'd have more villagers, but it's probably not too huge of a difference. Keep them around in case I want to cut. I could always remake them later. The delete and remake is always such an important part of the Force Nothing strategy. Now these barracks are going to go down, and well, when they go down, Smarthy doesn't really have any production buildings in the back. The important thing is, where is her market? Her market's in the back. So what T90 is going to try to do if he wins is keep the market alive. Because if the market's alive, he can trade with it and he can get gold. So now if Smarthy does resign, I hope that she deletes the market before she resigns so that T90 can't trade with it. But, oh, blue has just walled this off here. It's a diagonal gate, so units will be able to pass through the corners. So, yeah, unfortunately diagonal gates are kind of bugged where, you see if I click on it, I select, that middle 2x2 area. These two corner pieces don't actually get finished until the building gets finished, so you can walk through them while it's under construction. So you never want a quick wall with diagonal gates because of that. Let's see, town center's going down. Yeah, looks like Tristan's pretty much cleaned this up. He's going to cut a bit more, or Smithy's going to cut a bit more in the back. But I don't think there's anywhere for her to run. Dropping now to 100 population and 75,000 wood, but didn't really spend it on anything. Just kind of got overwhelmed by. You see T90, he's been spending his resources. And, oh, here we go. Now we have some action on the bottom, as those paladin are going to run into an army of siege onagers and halberdiers. And what's going to happen to them? Are the halberdiers going to clean this up? You see that, oh, Tempest is a huge military, has like 120 military compared to Blue's 30. His numbers are dropping. He's trying to move his troops forward, but forward isn't the direction they need to go. He's now adding in house of his own, but of course not going to be as effective as the Celt Halbs, because the Huns, I think they missed the final armor upgrade, and the Celt Halbs can of course move more quickly than other Halbs. And now he has to retreat. He doesn't even have a gate behind, so he can pretty much hold up in this passage with cav archers for a bit, but doesn't really have military buildings. Hasn't been rebuilding his lumber camp. His lumber camp definitely needs more military buildings. Meanwhile, T90 just about cleaned this up, and ooh, that market, he's pulled the rams away from the market and kept it alive, and Smarthy nowhere else to run, and there we go, GG. That market there. Now the question is anyone allied with Smarthy? Because when you resign, your allies can delete your buildings. So Ice Cream is the Mongols, and he's allied with Smarthy. So since they're allies, he can delete Smarthy's market whenever he wants to. Oh, that will be interesting. Now, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this market now, just to see what happens. This push kind of stalled out as Blue is just adding more units in. I'm doing the last furnace. Let's see, how many castles do I have right now? There's like 5 castles. It's more than anyone else. I've probably finished my buying stone stage and started moving into my get gold for spies stage. Because next time I'm just selling wood over and over to try to get spies. I don't know if it's a good idea still to have farms. It might have been better just to move villagers to wood, since I think that villagers collect, especially Celt villagers with all the upgrades, will collect wood faster than they will food. And then they both sell for, I think, 17 gold each with guilds. So Ice Cream hasn't yet deleted that market, and that beginning strategy of allying with everyone. See, T90 official started trade. And what does Ice Cream see? Yeah, he's allied with Smarthy. He'll be able to see those trade cards coming into the market. T90 did such a good job of keeping that alive, but it'll all be for nothing. See, Blue is Xing, saying 11, he sees that they're allied, I guess. Oh, because he has spies, of course he sees that, and That's about 2 hours into the game. And you got, what are those markets? Build them in the back. Now, FYI, I think I said that to Green, that I'm next to him. Yeah, I can see him now because I made that outpost. I'm saying I'm next to you, and I'm not gonna attack. Just trying to, keep him calm. Red's cutting though. That's gonna be a danger. I just keep selling. I really want to get that spies. Now red also has made it to 200 pop, and orange, blue didn't push in when he had the chance, and orange has made it up to about 200 pop now. And so yeah, that's pretty unfortunate for blue. He had a chance. He does have spies though. Orange has walled this up, just going to, I don't know where Ice Cream's sending those skirmishers in that little pocket, but I'm so interested in watching this Betrayal right here when he deletes that market. So many mechanics of the game that you probably never knew that was a thing. Like Huns could make spies cheaper, or that allies could delete each other's markets, or that you needed to rebuild your buildings in the feudal age if you made them in the dark age to unlock the buildings. There's just so much that you learn from Forest Nothing. It's very educational. It's like the history section of the main menu. You do this to learn. And Ice Cream with the heavy plow. And T90 has a pretty large military, so he's not getting, and not a very large population. So he spent a lot of resources attacking there. Now he's rebuilt the markets in the back. But he spent a lot of resources attacking Smarthy that now he's not going to have. Let's check the resources. So I have pretty much no resources because I'm selling everything to get spies. Red, he's doing pretty well on a few different things. Does he have spies? No, he doesn't have spies. T90 has a lot of wood, but pretty much no gold, but that's okay for him because he's going to start trading, but still doesn't have that many villagers. Obi-Wan, still 63 population. He's managed to cut with that onager. He's figuring things out. He has a few barracks we'll be making halberdier. Maybe we'll be able to put up a bit of a fight when Red gets there. Smarthy is nothing but a market. Ice Cream, up to 125 population. He needs some more houses, but he can hopefully get out some Mangadai pretty soon. He's got the trade cart. Where's his market? Market back there. Oh, and they're cutting back here, so they're going to make a nice little path for themselves to trade. That's nice. Tempires on 200 pop. Still doesn't have a town center. That would explain why he only has 48 villagers, but going for the huge military approach. And let's see, our final player, Dench. Blue Huns, he is still popped out. 60 military, 140 villagers. I guess he's focusing mostly on the economy at this point. Has some pretty good resources too, and it's remembering that he had done spies at one point. And, oh, there we go. The market is gone. Ice Cream has deleted the market. The market is no more. And all of these trade carts. We'll see. I don't think T90's noticed this yet. Unless he's noticed all the trade carts are idle. But Ice Cream has deleted Smarthy's market. No more trade for T90. And what's this gonna make him do? Let's see now. I have still 5 castles, 20,000 gold. I'm getting so close to spies. It's like I really want to get spies. And the other thing I'm doing, I'm making a ton of siege workshops in the back, and a ton of barracks, just so that if I do get attacked, I can just select a bunch of villagers, tell them to stop, and then hold down, delete an idle villager, and delete a bunch of them. T90, who wants to be friends? It's Christmas, because we did play this game, I think it was on Christmas Eve, like over a year ago. And Ice Cream's like, what happened to your market? Gee, Ice Cream, I don't know. I'm saying let's be friends. Oh, now he's figured it out. He's realized that was Ice Cream. I mean Smarthy's market, because they were, oh, yes. T90's gotta be so salty right now. Okay, so T90 and I have kind of started making an alliance right now. There's no other action going on the map, just some trade here. Cutting down the markets. And I'm getting really close to spies. We'll watch him cut. And see, where are my siege onagers? They're over here. Should probably move over here. And I have 3 more up here. Ooh, green almost gonna get killed by red. So close to being cut in. That's a lot of paladin. And let's, as we set up our trade, let's go to green's point of view. And let's see what he sees. Doesn't quite see this yet. Red's packing up and he's moving forward. There we go, inch your way forward. Take a few more shots at the trees. All those resources being sold. And there we go. And now green can see this. He sees that something's coming. And red is now in. It's a lot of halbs, but oh, he's even making it wider. He probably thought he was cutting himself and was like, oh no, that's not me. I want those trebs. Let's see, does he move in first with the trebs or with the paladin? T90 just keeps cutting towards us to get the trade. I was a bit wary because of all that other stuff behind him, but I was ready to lead stuff. And here come the paladin and Obi-Wan. Looks like the dark side is going to overwhelm him. And that is a ton of paladin that are all going to bunch themselves up and get trapped. Would have loved to have seen a quick wall here. That would have been really cute, but yeah, I don't think there's much you can do at this point. Just, you know, he did pretty well for his first game of Forest Nothing, getting up to the Imperial age, getting that siege on here and cutting. But just not much else he can do. And I'm so close to spies. And you will lose that town center as T90 and I start setting up our trade. And these paladin, just too many of them. Not enough help from green. Really nice play trapping these. Would love to see a siege on pop out and get a good shot on them. But red's just too far ahead at this point. Not much green can do, and you know, I gotta be prepared about this in case red goes for me. So good thing I have that outpost, but now I'm doing caravan in my market. And oh, so close to spies, so close. Just 1,000 more resources and I get it. I don't actually know whether or not it's a good thing to spend all that gold on spies, but you don't get too many opportunities to do it. And still managing to fight, but no more TCs for green. He is down to only 37 villagers, and well, there's nowhere for him to run. There you go, T90 change stands for feudal ally. Ice cream now? Ice cream's getting up there, getting close to that. Oh, has Tempires made another town center? Looks like both of them are getting close to 200 popping. He has finally made another town center. I saw that go from 48 to 49 villages, and I was like, yes, he's made a town center. And Paladin wiping out the rest of green. How would you even have enough gold for so many palaces? That's a wonderful building called the Market, my friend. Oh, look at that! He's building walls around his base. Just like, here, Tristan, you might have a problem here, because I can see those traps, right? Yeah, because I have spies now. Oh, there we go. And Ice Cream changed himself to enemy now with me, unfortunately. That was mean. He can't cut it easily. And I'm just waiting for T90 to cut that wood, so we can trade. But Obi-Wan losing his last siege on here. All he has left is this one halb glitched in the barracks, and there we go. No population left. There's the resignation from him. And he's not out of the game. So I guess I really don't need these outposts anymore, that I have spies. I'm just putting up some barracks here, just to be on the safe side in case he decides to cut in. But mainly I'm concentrating on doing this trade here. I'm only a 1 tile gap, so I can see this army from T90 here because of the spies, and I'm like, that's a lot of scorpions there. I just want to be, be aware that they're there. And he only has the +1 on the range. I think you can do the ranged blacksmith upgrades to upgrade the scorpions. Let's check what blacksmith upgrades does he have. Fletching, bodkin, but no bracer. Yeah, so Celts unfortunately miss bracer on their scorpions. And no, I wanted to... There we go, move back. And there you go, I have my villagers there ready to build the markets. Some onagers, yeah, just in case he tries some funny business. Meanwhile, orange and gray, they're trying to cut out more room, maybe for their markets, but they're going to run to red and his walls. He's walled himself in, so they can't cut into his base. It's a tiny hole there, and he didn't wall all the way around here, but maybe he thinks he's safe here because of how he dealt with green. I'm telling Tristan that he needs to keep cutting. He needs to get to the edge of the map there. Red, he doesn't have spies, he doesn't know what else is going on. He just knows that he dealt with green, and there's just a few flaming houses left that, well, with how long this game has taken, maybe the skirmish will take them all out by himself by the end of the game. But now red sees orange coming in on the side, and blue still hasn't been fighting. After this is walled off, blue just stood here. The problem is blue has a large military, so he's not going to have as many villagers, and while he's just standing here doing nothing with his army, his economy isn't going to be as efficient as it could be. And he has a ton of just lumber camps that he needs to rebuild. We're going to have an engagement now on the top as red is moving in against the alliance of ice cream and tempires, and with those paladins we'll take out the siege onagers. They're probably just trying to cut their way in to make a market, but then I don't know if they destroyed that or if he deleted it to run in. Now a ton of ice cream trying to wall, but don't think he'll get that up in time. I think the paladins will probably run in. He's probably trying to do like a double layer wall or something. Yeah, that's not going to get up in time. Paladin is going to come in and stop that. He's going to have to wall behind. Will he get this wall up in time? Mongols, of course, they only get pikemen, and ooh, he even doesn't have much gold. Really needs to sell some wood and probably start going to some... He had all these trash units. You gotta... And he has trade. But... looks like this wall is up just in time for the halves to get trapped. But walling this side as well. Can he get a good shot with the siege onager? Orange and ice cream are going. Does T90 have spies too? No. I'm just like, I have spies, I know what they're doing. I see that they're engaged with red over here. Meanwhile, we've finally gotten these trees cleaned out. I had to bring my own siege onager over just because T90 wasn't doing it himself. He needed a bit of help. Ice cream doing his upgrades, trying to hold here. Red is like, wait, is it Diplo? Well, obviously it's the two guys teaming, so yeah, see, it is indeed Diplo. And let's see, now he's also cutting down here. Because does he even have a market at this point? He has one market there, so we'll both need to get our market set up, and there we go. And market set up in the back, starting with 4 markets. I will, of course, need to delete some villages in order to make markets, but yeah. See, I've spent pretty much this entire game just rebuilding my lumber camps, like every 2 or 3 tiles or so. I think that since the Celts, this missed this area of my base though. These will probably be the villages that I delete in order to make the trade, because I don't want to cut through this forest in case T90 attacks me, and of course, one little piece of palisade there. Just to keep everything safe. Orange and gray are trading. Attacking red right now, just making sure we know what's up. And we'll see blue's getting ready to move in, but doesn't have a good way of cutting through. Orange has a good wall here. Giving back down to 48 villagers. I don't know what he's doing with his villagers. He really needs some more villagers. He's not going to be able to... Well, I guess maybe he's concentrating on the trade. No, he didn't lose his markets, but has some units there. Skirmishers versus Paladin, that's not going to end very well for the skirmishers. Up and some will the traps fire at the skirmishers? Yes. Oh, they missed. few pikemen coming up, but there's the house. That's what's really going on. Siege Onager for the Mongols, but you know, Mongols really want to see some of those names, right? Hussar coming in. Yeah, not really. Trash units, you know, skirmishers, Hussar, pikemen, not really that great at fighting the paladin, especially when the pikemen don't even have any of the upgrades. They only have the first attack upgrade. But still now, 6 markets. I need to sell some resources just to have the gold I need to start trade. And see, where was I deleting villagers? I want to see the dead bodies. They gotta be here somewhere. Oh, there they are. All the dead villagers. Ah, okay. I deleted them over here because I didn't want to make it easier for red to cut through. And still on 5 castles, so I'm feeling pretty safe at this point. And there's the first trade carts going through, and he's almost at the bottom. Almost ready to start the trade. I might be waiting for him to make the marks to start the trade, but there we go. I've queued up the trade carts. And still fighting over here. Red slowly but surely pushing in against the trash units of ice cream, and at the same time blue has pushed through that wall, cut a hole, and is now moving into Tempire's base from the bottom. And these two guys, even though they don't have trade, they're managing to push in. Just I think just due to a better army composition, really. Well now, Paladin are in the trade, so this trade not going to last much longer. Trade going down to the trebuchets, and looks like blue and red are going to do a good job of cleaning up red and cleaning up gray and orange. So the 2 Huns players taking out a Huns and Mongols player when Huns and Mongols are trading. So red will now have 2 or 3 kills to his name after having taken out green and now gray. And keeps moving his trebuchets forward. Maybe it would be good for him to add some rams, because the Huns do get siege rams. And chain barding, I think I'm just doing upgrades for the sake of doing upgrades. Now T90, ooh, he's almost got the markets down at the end of his base here. And he's cleared out the trees, just built a palisade there, just so his villagers would move to the location without needing to, without wandering around and getting separated from each other. But blue here continuing to push into orange, and orange finally is falling back. Blue missed his chance to end it earlier, but he's taking advantage of it now. And here at the top, and gray slowly but surely dying. Paladins in the trade, and their trade is all but cleaned up at this point. Last market just going down there. And there you go, orange. He's going to say GG and resign. He knows they can't hold this. GG from him. These players not even allied, not even coordinating their attacks, but still managing to do it. Of course, blue, he knows what's going on because he has spies, but red, no idea. He's just sitting there on a bunch of food and wood, not really any gold. And just, well, without any trade, nothing ice cream can really do except for trash units, and Mongols trash really can't fight Paladin, especially a fully upgraded Hun Paladin. And he's going to push in, clean up the rest of these onagers, and now we'll have to see what blue and red do. Because there's really, once ice cream resigns, it's going to be 4 plays. It's going to be me, T90, red, and blue. Of course, they have the higher scores, but that's mostly due to their KD and all their kills and players' scores. Because right now, I'm still at 0-0. I've just been nice and peaceful this entire game. Didn't attack anyone, just got spooned. Start some nice trade in the back, 6 markets. Reduce some trade carts. Delete some bills, go trade with these markets down here. Use this entire right side of the map. And let's see, you can run those villagers, but you can't run them anywhere. Looks like you might try to take out the Trev with his villagers, but that's not going to work. I'll start starting to do their glitchy, we're late game type of thing, but where they don't run, like they only sure they kind of stop every so often, but definitely not as bad here as it is in HD. final stand as the Hussar come out of the stables, just trying desperately to stop those trebuchets. Does Ice Cream even have a town center anymore? No, he does not. Just has a few barracks and stable left. And a few trade carts sitting there idle. Dropping down to 16 population, and if he doesn't resign soon, he's going to be defeated. Can't take out those trebs. Still has 92,000 wood, but doesn't have a market to sell it at. And he's going to be GG. No more blacksmith. No more houses. 4 population. I'm just doing fortified wall because why not? Who knows if it'll come in handy. And there is the GG from Ice Cream. And he is now resigned. So now what are blue and red going to do? So blue is pulling his forces back into his base. And what's he gonna do? He's leaving his trebs there. And not really doing anything. Doesn't really have the ability to cut. He is close to our trade though, which could be dangerous, but it's the section of his base where he did not rebuild the lumber camps. I'm here with... I figure I have enough castles that I can mass produce wood raiders and units anytime if T90 decides to betray me. And now we are about 3 hours into this game. I have 47 trade carts, and I really need to delete more villagers to make more trade carts. I don't need all this wood. I need some more gold probably. There's an oops for some reason. I don't know what that is. But he's just going to finish off these things down here. I'm just doing research just for the fun of it at this point. I might as well get that research score as high as possible. But now the rest of us are at 200 pop. The main difference right now, though, is the trade. And Red's going to start building his base in the remnants of Ice Cream's base. And Hussar just patrolling the rest of the trade. Ooh, 3 trade carts. How sad they will be taken out finally by the rest of those paladin. There we are. Alright. Yeah, so not much going on. We kind of hit the calm before the next storm. As these the paladin. Oh, let's see. What is he thinking? Because he can see all of this. He sees the trade, but instead of killing the trade, he's coming up here to go for red. Well, so I think I'd ask what the plan was. Plan. Well, trade Brood before infinity, and kill Huns, and kill each other. That sounds like a good plan for me. So, I think that's a pretty good plan, because I know I had bought all that stone and I had made these castles, and I figured I'd be able to make more Wood Raiders than T90. And I also saw since I had spies that he had all this army that was not villagers or trade carts, so I figured my economy would be a lot better. And also since he had spent a lot of time killing Smarthy in the beginning. Now, I'm asking him to delete the houses on the trade line because I have a ton of wood right now. And I'm just slowly adding in more trade carts as I delete bills. Not queued up as evenly as they could be. But yeah, a few houses. Down here, the trade line is pretty clean. A few things that T90 should delete. But what he really needs to worry about is all these buildings in the middle of his base. Especially these houses and lumber camps. They don't need to be there. Just delete these things, move them over here. Chop into the middle with your onagers of it. Just clear the trade line out. You're trading. You want this trade to be as silky smooth as possible. But it looks like red and blue are going to attack each other, and I don't know, that might be I think that's a mistake, because obviously the Celt players who are trading should be your target, not the other Hun player with no ally. Maybe he does just think that red's the weakest player and the easiest one for him to pick off. Red does have the bigger military though, compared to blue's economy. And let's see, how is this fight going? No, I don't think that this fighting here is the right decision for them. What is... T90 is just doing some more cutting. There's a few straggler trees he's missed. Oh, it's so sloppy. So sloppy with this cutting, not getting everything. But let's see. Let's push here, kind of red pushing in with Paladin, pushing blue back slightly. Yeah, but not really looking for the engagement there. Just going to try to take out these houses. I guess those could get annoying if you're trying to run an army through, because you only have a one-tile gap to fit your army in. Taking them out probably would be a good idea. Building some stables forward. Looks like he's definitely going for the Paladin Heavy Cav Archer approach. We'll see how he's doing on gold. He has no gold. And red only has 1,000 gold too. But a lot more wood for blue, so he probably has the better economy in a one-on-one fight. But now Tristan and I have started, we've been adding in trade carts. Looks like he's been deleting a ton of villagers, which is, kind of weird that he's deleting villagers and not military, because even if he does make the trade carts, he's not going to have as many villagers. And now that I have gold, I think I'm buying stone again. And we see Dench just sold, he sold all that wood to get gold. And now T90 is trying to buy stone, but it's already going to be extremely expensive because of how much I've bought. And I'm up to 6 castles, building a 7th right now. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, so we're on 7 castles. I still have a ton of wood and food too, so I think I'm top score just because of how big this economy is. And as I slowly delete villagers to add in trade carts, things that keep going up. Red and blue still engaging on this side. Both the Huns pretty similar army counts, pretty similar compositions. So you get military numbers, slightly in favor of blue, but pretty close. Blue does have a much larger military though. Probably will manage to push red back. And yeah, it looks like he's taking that fight as red's reinforcements taking a bit longer to get to the fight. Blue has his stables making paladins a bit closer, and red is now switching into trash units since he doesn't really have much else. Has some shrubs in the north. And blue just cleaning this up, getting ready to move forward. Red, going to lose a few units. Don't attack like this. Don't send units in one at a time. Definitely group them up first, but he is adding in halberdiers. They will be good at taking out this cavalry, but there are a few heavy cav archers in the back to deal with them. That is the nice thing about heavy cav archers. They do deal quite well with the halberdiers, as long as the Hells don't get a good surround on them. And I'm even doing Paladin as the Celts just because why not? I have, look at all the gold I have now, like 10,000, and that's just going to grow. And what am I doing? Yeah, no intention of doing anything. I see that red's there, but let's figure out just let the two of them fight while we trade. Look at how nicely the trade is running, and then look at how it gets caught up in traffic here because of T90 not deleting his stuff in the trade line. But that's okay. We have enough markets. Won't be too bad. Getting up to 60, 70 trade carts right now. Take a look at this. He's gotten a bit more gold so far, but if you compare the other resources like wood and food, I'm way ahead. And the monk upgrades. He's just now doing loom, now that he's doing it down to 12 villagers. Yeah, the problem is, like, he might have a few more trade carts, but he doesn't have villagers getting wood and food. And of course, you do need wood and food to make units. And building is being taken out. Eric's going down. Red slowly but surely being pushed back from blue. Now being evicted from Ice Cream's starting base. And has a few skirms to deal with the Cav Archers, but not going to do much versus the Paladin. Making a nice use, though, of Ice Cream's walls. Bringing in the Hussar, but this should get cleaned up too. These Rangers should be cleaned up. And Red should be pushed back. What's he going to do with these Trebs? He's unpacking them and putting them in the middle of nowhere. I don't know what he wants to do with them, but if the paladin run in, they'll be dead. He does have a sneaky barracks here, has a sneaky villager, but blue won't be able to sneak anything on blue as he has spies, as long as he's paying attention. Archery range going down. This barracks will go down. Paladin needs to come clean up these villagers. Looks like it will. One of these ranges are going down. He's desperately trying to add a paladin, but he just doesn't have gold. Yeah, 80 gold compared to the about 700 or so of blue. So blue's still doing okay on gold. But these guys, they definitely don't have trade, and they're not going to win the game by fighting each other when their opponents have trade. And I still, 3 hours into the game, my KD is still 0-0, and without any military score, I still have the score lead somehow. Empire is still, he has 14 villagers just kind of hiding somewhere, yeah. Increasing the cost of spies if you don't have it yet. So let's see, does Tristan have spies? Looks like, oh, he doesn't because he can't see red. But he is, he's allied with blue. So that's why blue's not attacking us, because they're allied. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense now. So literally the only one that blue can attack is red. Okay. And now I've deleted a few more villagers. Now he's gone down to 4 villagers. He's not gonna have any food or wood. Doing heresy, just, why not? In case, someone might add in some monks if I go for siege onagers. I don't even know. Do Celts even get redemption? I don't know the Celt monk tree. They don't get redemption. Okay, so Huns don't. Huns might get redemption. This guy, does he get redemption? No, he doesn't. Yeah, so no one can convert my siege onagers. That's good. Let's see. Paladin not going to get flattened by the Trebs because they're going for the big group, and red says, uh-oh. He knows he's having problems. And ooh, there go the Trebs. Those Trebs have done so well, cutting through the trees to get to green, cutting down to get to ice cream, but served him well, but there will be no more. And the final Treb sitting there on fire, as the Paladin don't attack it because they're attacking other Paladin. But blue will win this fight, especially with the heavy cav archers from behind. And there goes the Treb, as blue brings in his own Trebs. And red, not really much red can do at this point. He's getting pushed back. Just trying to add to his base down here. Not really much you can do. Ring the town bell. Ah, yes, the town bell. Something that, you probably never should ring, because even these villagers who are safe on the woodline get pulled into it, and that one tree where he had not built the wall now is cut in. T90 saying, I'm going to kill blue. So as he moves in on the bottom, I will then move in on the top, take out what remains of red. And the plan is I will do that by spending as little as I possibly can on military, because I want as much resource as I possibly can have at the end for killing T90. And see, he is top capped with 113 military and trade carts, but no villagers. He is, look at that food and wood comparison, he doesn't have any food and wood. You might think, 8,000 food, that's a lot. Nope. Now red in the back trying to build up his halberdiers. Blue is completely pushing him back, but no, hasn't cleaned up all of these villagers, unfortunately. I think when he retreats, I'll go in at the top. And he's going back now. Let's see, T90 might be a bit, I don't know, maybe a bit premature in his attack. Probably should have waited until red gets completely destroyed by blue. But now blue is taking out this archery range, trying to move his cav archers in. I'm getting my onagers ready to cut. I'm just going to use my spies to watch. And yeah, T90 moving in a bit too early, making blue retreat before he completely takes out red. And, I think that's going to prove to be a mistake. Is moving in. No units either. Just siege, building in some barracks, saying he's sorry. Again, he betrayed Smarthy. Now he's betraying Blue. And Blue has no army here, but now what is he doing with these cav archers? Is he pressing on red or is he retreating? He's moving his paladin back. Red's market is there. I bought some stone. I'm not sure why. Red's like, not dead yet. And Blue is running back. So now that I see Blue running back, I cut in with these onagers to try to finish off Red. But yeah, T90 pushed in a bit too soon. Didn't let Blue finish off Red. And that's going to prove to be a costly mistake because Red has some villagers down here. So even if I manage to kill everything here, Red will still survive just because I haven't managed to get over there. And now moving in just with siege onagers. And killed some vills. Killing a couple elite skirmishers, and oh no, elite skirmishers versus siege onagers. Let's see if we can get some nice onager shots here. Going on the spread formation, but there we go. Well, killing all of those skirmishers. We'll come in with some halberd, but can get a good shot on the halbs. Okay, not the greatest. Not doing an attack round like I knew. We'll lose a few siege onagers, but I killed 70 units, so I think that's a pretty decent trade in a non-forest nothing game. That's a lot of pop if you manage to kill 70 units. I'm doing faith again just to guard against monks and gold shaft mining because well it's completely useless, but it's food and wood. I might as well click it. And the thing is, as my onagers die, I'm just going to be adding in more trade carts, so I have them queued up in this market here. And I still have 120 villagers, 75 trade carts. Thanks, but not much. Oh, see. See, Red is allied with T90. And T90. T90 must be slinging food to Red. Okay, so that's what's happening now. So yeah, he's slinging Red. So that's how Red stays alive. So I was like, he's completely dead. There's no way you can keep making units, but no, T90 is slinging him. Okay. So now what's going to happen is T90 is going to fight Blue. I'm going to fight Red, and I'm going to put as little resources into this fight as possible. Like, I only have 9 military. I'm just going to keep as many trade carts as possible. So I'm going to spend as few resources as possible on this fight. Meanwhile, T90 has to fight Blue, but T90 is slinging Red so that Red will be stronger in attacking me, so that when T90 and I inevitably attack each other, I won't be quite as strong because Red's there, but since he's slinging Red, that means Red is going to help Blue, and Blue is going to be stronger, so T90 himself is going to be weaker because he has to fight Blue, who is stronger, and yeah, this is a complicated situation now. But lumber camp, okay. Now I know. Why is he there twice now? Okay, that overlay somehow bugged out, and he ended up in the overlay twice. That's weird. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Was he always there like that? Did I do something wrong by pressing F11 too many times? Wow, that's weird. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I wish, maybe since these players are eliminated, maybe it'd be good if the overlay could, like if I had the option not to display defeated players anymore in a free-for-all. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, those siege onagers, they're just taking up pop space. And I had to get rid of them somehow. I had to free up those 10 units. Now I have 9 scorpions, so that's a gain of 1 pop space, right? And now we're even on trade carts, and I now have more gold. At least he only shows up once there. But look at all those resources. That's the fun thing about Forest Nothing. You get all of these resources if you survive this long. So here we are, taking out these skirmishers. Nice, just improving that KD a bit more. And 10 castles for me. I just kept buying stone. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident that I'll be able to take T90 if he ever decides to turn on me. Compared to his one castle that shows up twice, he won't have nearly as many Lord Raiders as I do. And now, so I figure I'll just go for heavy scorpions because they have more HP and fire faster because of the Celts. And I will build these siege workshops forward and try to create narrow choke points so that if Red tries to attack, his units will have to go through narrow choke points in order to get to me. And I'll just make the scorpions even more effective. Because now this stable is going down. And I'll take out the stable with just the scorpions, but now here come the halbs, and scorpions should be able to wreck the halbs. Trying to run diagonally, but these scorpions still gotta hit them. I'm going to just take out all those halbs. Look at that. Oh, scorpions are great. Really should have maybe some half of my own in front of them, but doesn't matter. That was a pretty good trade. Oh, now skirmishes can't fight scorpions. He's trying to add in Hussar, but doesn't have a big enough group of them yet. The only thing really keeping him alive was that T90 sling. And T90's pushing in on the bottom. Has a few siege onagers in. He should be winning with Celts, but doesn't really have all of his army in one location. 89 compared to the 120 of Blue. And Blue has a huge army right now. Not really focusing on the economy, just on the eco. And now starting trade, he and looks like Red are going to trade with each other. And so remember, we saw this with T90 earlier when he attacked Smarthy. He tried to keep that market alive wherever it was. So now when I fight Red, I also want to keep Red's markets alive so that if he dies, I'll still be able to trade, and hopefully T90 won't have anyone left to trade with. So now adding in more siege with the pure scorpions in tight locations approach, which seems to be working pretty well. Still at 83 villagers and 80-something trade carts, just trying to stockpile more and more gold. And taking out those Hussar, taking out these Halberdier, putting up another siege workshop, just making another narrow choke point that the units have to go through to get to the scorpions. And yeah, when you get to use scorpions, well, they are so much fun to use. They just, oh, look at all the dead bodies. Having a pretty nice KD going. And there we are, taking out the Hussar, and really going to try and push Red back away from this section where his town centers are. Unfortunately, these villages here will be able to rebuild. Red deleting his market. And he was like, no. What? Trade card. Looks like he did manage to get the gold right before it went past. But Red buddy, you gotta have to ally with Blue at some point if you don't want to die. Oh, that was my stats. What is Oh, they are allies. Huh. And he still deleted the market. What is he? He should build markets over here. Yes. He's saying yes to something. And what? Oh, is T90 going to slow some resources? Oh no. Viper. Some food, maybe. Oh, T90 even slinging him some more. Look at that. Slinging the guy fighting your ally. What is this? Yeah, so T90 has made some progress down here, pushed Blue out of his original base, pushed him back into Orange and Gray's bases, but now just a wide open area, and T90 really needs to build some military buildings forward. Looks like he has started adding in a few more villagers, but still, only 24 villagers, not really going to be able to sustain production. Although he does probably does have a lot of gold, but not many other resources. As he's been slinging Red the entire time. I'll have some Rams and some Scorpions, and I'm trying to put a blacksmith there just to wall it off so he can't escape, but I think he will escape. The villagers, the Rams are coming in now. Probably should have added in some cavalry before this, but Let's see, how do these scorpions do against the hussar? I mean, hussar should counter scorpions, right? But now I'm just building these houses out here just to create more narrow choke points for the scorpions, like right there. So the hussar just can't get a good surround on them. And yeah, oh, the scorpions, like, look at them just doing work there. Unfortunately, my villager didn't get to put some HP on that blacksmith, so yeah, they will manage to escape, but not without great loss. Already have like 200 something kills. I'm just building some more siege workshop. You know, units other than pure scorpions probably would have been a good idea, but not quite as fun. Yeah, unfortunately Red will escape with some villagers, so not great play by me concentrating too much on the scorpions and not getting up the wall and letting him escape. He did have villagers here in a town center already, and yeah, there's the market. So he is building markets in the back, and apparently he does know about deleting markets, so anyway, it's going to be he and Blue with a sling from T90 fighting against me and T90, where I am, you know, trying to spend as little resources as possible so that I don't actually need to spend the gold, because I want that for the fight against T90, who still has good gold but not really other resources as well. I just want to have a lot of resources. And Hussar are going down. Trade carts. I was like, what are trade carts doing over here? That's not good. I don't know how they... Oh, because he has a market here. Oh no, I'm probably going to destroy that market without realizing it. I was more concentrated on the markets over here where he was trading. That would have been a really good market, because I wouldn't have really even needed to rebuild mine. Could have just traded this way. Would have had to probably clear a path through my base though. I wouldn't have wanted to delete those castles anyway. But... T90 building a castle. He's even getting pushed back now, a few paladin. Not really defending his siege of Halberdier, so the paladin are able to push in, do some damage. Some more heavy cavalry archers coming in from behind. And now I got that blacksmith up, now it's walled off. So now I've cleaned red up from this side of the map. It would be cool just to push to this corner and then trade down the middle of the map, because that should be probably a bit longer than the corner. That would be the... I guess this is a right angle. I don't know if the... Well, it is project. Yeah, I guess that... Yeah, you look at it top down, that would be the hypotenuse of a triangle, so it would be longer than the side right there. And I'm like... I somehow had a ram that ended up over here. I don't know how, but it just ended up over here in the middle of those cav archers, and it's going to go down. Rest in peace, ram. Pathing failed you. Oh, T90 trying to build some siege workshops, but not going to get them up. Still this narrow choke point. He'll need to be able to defend that with... Ooh, can he get a big siege on a good shot? I basically cleaned this up and we're stalling here. Just trying to add in some barracks, I'll make some helps. Let's see, can he do something with these siege onagers? Can he get a good onager shot? I mean, that's what we want to see, right? Some good onager shots. He's moving them forward. Getting the Woad Raiders to die to the Cav Archers. He needs to have ballistics at this point. And now he's just going to retreat. Really probably could have dealt with that. Just a bit of micro to take out the onager and you'd be fine. But now the problem is, for us, is T90's sling allowed red to survive, and now they're trading. So now it's my turn to betray T90 by keeping these markets alive. I definitely should not have killed that market over there, but oh well. So now I'm moving through a narrow choke point with these scorpions, trying just to build some houses there so I have a narrow gap for the scorpions to fire through. And I see the Hussar coming in, leading with the Rams. They'll probably... I'm trying to retreat them because I see they're going to die, but we'll see what happens there. So I build these houses, now I only have a one-tile gap in front of there. Rams to soak up some fire, and what are these Hussar going to do? They are going to die to heavy scorpions. That. Such beauty. I even keep two of those Rams alive. Look at all those dead Hussar right there. Those two houses serving their purpose well. Still building up some more Hussar in the back. Still has 27 military, but you know, you can tell they're starting to fall a bit behind. But neither T90 nor I are pushing in as effectively as we could. See, T90 hasn't built any buildings up here yet. His units have to travel so far, and he's still only on 29 villagers. I've gone down to like 70 villagers in favor of the trade carts. I want that gold and I'm just fine on other resources, but I really want to push in. Even making some more houses for it. Those are the kind of nice to build. Adding in some halbs in the back because I see he's making some Hussar in. Probably should add some halbs just to sit in front of the scorpions. I don't want them all to die. But yeah, let's see. They don't really have that many trade carts. Only 8 trade carts from blue and 2 from red. So they haven't been starting their trade too much. But now, big fight down here is T90. It looks like he's not really fighting effectively against the Paladin. Has some Lord Raiders but no halbs, and will lose all of his siege. And he's really starting to get pushed back against the Huns. Celts really should have an advantage here, but doesn't have the halberdier he needs. Getting pushed back by those Paladin. Using the Hussar, maybe misclicking in. He has to go back. Still, he doesn't have any of his military buildings forward. Building castles down here, and not much more he can do. He might be on the scoreboard twice, but he's only on the map once. And resources starting to look okay, but still nowhere near the huge stockpile of food that I have. Let's see, red still starting to look okay on resources. Blue, also pretty good on resources. So blue definitely has the resources to hold out against T90 for a bit. You know, if he plays intelligently and is able to start trade with red, maybe he could even maybe he could do a lot of damage here. Just, you know, he has tons of siege workshop, but not as close to the fight as they need to be. He really needs buildings up here if he wants to hold the area. And still, look at these scorpions. Now I'm building barracks in front so I can have another choke point for the scorpions so they make some halberdier. As they've now started kicking their trade up a bit. We can tell blue is adding in trade carts. Red probably will need to delete that market at some point. But red, even retreating down here, just trying to hold on as long as he can. I mean, considering how strong I am at this point, if T90 wants to win, instead of just slinging, what he probably needed to do was team up with blue and red to take me on instead of trading with me. But luckily, Ice Cream's deleting of Smarthy's market convinced T90 that he needed a trading partner, and since I was able to trade with him, he's not going to turn on me because he wants the trade. But what he probably doesn't realize is that I have all these resources that he doesn't. All these scorpions, so nice to watch. Now just like with a few helps protecting him. Oh, this is, even the paladin. Oh, yes. So Red's still at 100 population though. I guess he is managing to run a pretty good number of villagers down here, and he'll continue coexisting peacefully with blue in this area of Ice Cream's former base. Scorpions now continuing to do work to pick out these town centers, and I'm going to build a town center here because I want a way to create villagers forward. So I'm at the population limit, and I realize, you know, if I want to make more buildings up here, I'm going to need more villagers. I don't want to have to send them back and forth. I'm just doing town center. And there you go. Stone shaft mining, because why not? It's an inconsequential amount of food at this point. And so, yeah, I have halbs here, and starting to get into the trade, take out the Hussar, but I don't want to kill the markets. I want those markets to stay alive. Big mistake killing the market back here. I really need them to be alive. Now T90 looks like he's finally making progress down here. As getting some siege onager shots on the cavalry archers, finally getting some good use out of them. Can we see a good... Oh no, killing the paladin out of cav archer. Can we see a good shot? No. Just going to retreat and try to hide under the cover of the scorpions. Going to risk that. Paladin, was that an attack round? Will they fire again? No. Thought they might kill a scorpion there. But now blue is sending some paladin up here, and I have my scorpion kind of out of position there in front of my barracks. And I don't think I noticed it fast enough really to keep them up. I have a few halbs, but not as many halbs as I really need, and the paladin are unfortunately going to get in on my scorpions. And I didn't reposition them in time. Now that they've gotten in a little bit of damage, but yeah. Paladin finally are a unit that with 180 HP and 7 pierce armor can deal fairly okay with the scorpions. Did I not do the bodkin arrow upgrade? I've been doing all these upgrades, but did I forget bodkin arrow? Where is a blacksmith? No, I did bodkin arrow. There's no bracer. Maybe it's just chemistry that increases the attack. Then, and I get the range just from something else. I'm not actually sure. Do the archer upgrades affect this? I guess they don't, because they only have +1, and that's from chemistry. And I wonder what else that +1 comes with. Maybe it's just the Celts bonus. Or no, it's the Khmer who have the extra range. Celts fire faster. I have to think about what that comes from. Anyway, blue putting Trebs here. Very low HP Trebs. I don't know what that's going to accomplish, but yeah, so the problem for me right here is I'm only on 41 military because I really don't want to make military. So instead of I trying to kill my barracks, that's not going to do much. I'll just clamp those troops. Wait, kill one of the barracks there, yeah. Now I do have a gate here, and I'll probably make another gate, maybe in the back, I think. But we see T90, he's buying food because he only has 9 villagers. And I mean, buying food is great because I can then sell food and get even more gold. But now T90, he's on like 35,000 gold, but no other resources. And without the resources, he doesn't really have the production he needs to push back blue. I mean, see, they're on the same population despite T90 having a much bigger trade, and now blue slowly is building up his trade. And really, the only thing that's really stopping blue at this point, because blue actually does have a much better economy than T90 at this point with all those villagers. So the only thing that really is stopping blue is me killing red at the top. So, and now instead of killing the markets, I'm going to try just to make a wall here and wall off the trade, and also wall off because I don't want blue sending more resources up towards me. I know that I can just kind of, I need to kill those two villagers there. But I can kind of just clean up red's military buildings, try to keep his markets alive, kill some trade carts. But I really need to get that wall. See, my problem is I don't have any villagers here, and all my villagers are back here. Take a really long time to walk. Ooh, those scorpion and siege onager, I don't need to move those up. And I need to start queuing those villagers from the town center there. At least T90 does have a town center. Let's see, am I queuing villagers here? I need to. There we go, yeah, but I'm at the pop limit. My problem is I'm at the pop limit, I don't have any vills here when I need to build that wall. Yeah, if I could have built that wall sooner, I probably could have done a better job of keeping it up. Because now he's sending the heavy cav rushes over, and that's going to make it harder to build. As red is sending a bunch of hussar over too. I have a few halbs here, but as you see, only 40 military compared to the 80 and 40 combined with blue and red. I mean, blue does have to fight T90 down here, but you know, it's not a very strong economy backing this without villagers. And I'm just continuing to gain more and more gold as we hit around 4 hours into this game. And yeah, red sending a bunch of hussar forward. We'll clean up. My problem is that I was relying on so much siege that I don't really have the numbers of how big I need to clean up the hussar. And they're also kind of spread out. So, ooh, and here comes some paladins. This is gonna be a problem because I don't actually have any army. And I've just been adding some more trade carts and bills. And yeah, I am going to be adding halbs, but I'm at my pop limit, so I can't really add more halbs until these ones die. So I might have to take a few losses in this fight, but oh well. Don't really want to make my economy smaller than it is. Probably would have been a better decision to loot maybe a few more villagers just so that I could have a larger army, but if we see red doesn't really have the trade cards he needs, and it's blue who's relying on the gold until he's 27. I did take out a lot of trade cards of his though, so I will slow him down, but still haven't gotten up that wall. Would have been really nice if that were a stone wall. But yeah, it's just kind of getting overwhelmed by these things, and I need to mass up my halves in the barracks. Not really deciding that I wanted to fight here until I saw those paladin. So don't quite have the numbers I need right now. But at least the halves will do some work for this Hussar. You know, the only bad thing about this is I didn't have the units out here, but versus just paladin and Hussar, Celt Halberdier should be really effective. Now that I've lost all those scorpions, I'm just going to be making health at this point. And that's the thing, I lost my villagers too, so this wall is going to be even later and coming up. But thankfully, I do have that wall there. It's not going to be able to go anywhere. I am completely and utterly safe with 1, soon to be 2, and then a 3rd layer of walls, so unless they make some of their trebs, it's not going to be able to hurt me. T90 meanwhile starting to make some progress down here. Those paladin went to the top, so they're not at the bottom, but still doesn't have any halves, and doesn't really have the economy for halves. And he's spending all of his gold on this siege without any of the halves in front, where I'm just making halves and nothing else, and it's probably the more cost-effective way to battle. A long swordsman coming in. I don't think I'm going to make any of those, but why not do the upgrade with all these resources? Push that score further up, and I need some of these halves to die so that I can actually make villagers. But I've cleaned up all of Red's military buildings. There's these 2 villagers here that I missed. I need to clean them up. Otherwise, Red looks like he's just making Hussar. A strange choice considering I'm making halves. But now I really need to clean this up. Keep those markets alive, get this wall up, and then just stay here. Wait for everyone else to fight down here, and then win the game. You know, I'm pretty confident that with 100k gold, I'll be able to take on pretty much anything at this point. And let's see, I have the halves here. Will I finally be able to put up that wall? T90's flag is like, kill their trade. And I'm like, yes, I have halves in their trade. I'm killing it. Look at this. I'm making a wall. I'm walling off their trade. Yeah, look at that. They're not gonna get through there. That's a wall. Finish the wall. Look at that pathing getting stuck. I have to kill it with halves. I see that and I build a house behind it, so now I'm walled. But the problem is that that's not a stone wall. I really needed a stone wall instead of a siege workshop there. I tried to do that earlier in order to get up a quick wall, but now I really need a fortified wall in the front just to make sure this is nice and secure, because he has a lot of paladin. Probably could manage to break the siege workshop. Red has some paladin too, but thankfully, ooh, it looks like Red even came down here to fight against T90. That will die again to some more heavy scorpions. 2-handed swordsman coming in. Doesn't completely fit, but that's okay. And I'm like, ooh, watch out, T90. There's paladin coming for you. But at the same time, I'm getting pushed back up here. And I have some siege onagers coming out, but yeah, I'm not walling that like I should be. Yeah, that's a problem. I really need to just... Oh, all of my villagers are dead. I really needed to just grab some villagers and send them over here. I mean, I can remake my lumber camps over here and keep the eco going, but now I'm trying to just make more siege workshops, but then that's a large group of Hussar. And the problem is that my siege hunters chopped the tree and I left the Hussar in. That's going to prove to be a really big mistake. I mean, I'm going to kill the Hussar, but the trade's going to come in. And now there's enough heavy cav archers there that I can't really wall behind this. But now at least I've made a wall that includes a wall, but my siege onagers have damaged the siege workshop enough that I think I'm going to end up killing my own siege workshop even though I'm repairing it. And they'll probably be able to get in. I forget whether or not they were able to break in. I think they are able to break in. Yeah, T90 still just posturing down here with his army. Not really doing anything. And the siege workshop, yeah, they're going to get in because I don't have anything behind it. Like, I still only have 25 military. I'm not really investing into this. Now I'm bringing out the siege onagers, but a bit too late, and they're in, and they're going to run in the rest of their paladin. And since I don't really have any army there, they're going to get back. Looks like I have finally cleaned up everything. Blue is signaling there. He's like, yo, run in, run in. Or what is... Oh, is he signaling to T90? He might have been signaling to T90 because they're allies. He's like, nice. Ooh. Oh, no, they're not allies anymore. They're enemies, they're fighting. They were allies earlier, but no more because T90 betrayed. Ooh, and I might kill that market. That's sad. Trying so hard to keep it alive, and my helps, just I don't pay attention to that. That's sad. These two are alive, and I only need one, really. But now I've, again, fallen back, needing to make more helps. But now I'm at 100k gold, so I'm not really worried about anything. At some point I can add in gold units, but... Okay, good. Back to the Scorpions. Oh, the Scorpions would be so nice. Scorpions probably would have been a better choice than the Siege Onagers since they wouldn't have cut in that hole. But, oh well. I guess the only thing Scorpions can't defend against is Rams. But Red, let's see how Red's doing. He has a good amount of food, so he'll be making Hussar. Blue, no wood, but a good amount of food, running low on gold. T90 has a lot of gold and some food, but no wood. And I have probably more resources than anyone else combined. These cav archers snipe off a few of my villas as they were building barracks. But once I get these onagers and Scorpions out, I'll be able to clean up the heavy cav archers. Yeah. Mistake by me letting that, not walling that properly like I should have. Just not bringing the villagers over to this part of the map like I needed to. I do champion! And I'm not going to make any of them, but that's okay. Can I get... Would love to get a good siege onager shot on them right there. See, looks like there's some fighting going down here. That siege workshop still there, not built. T90 even sending in a trade cart to lead his army, and just some posturing here between these blue paladin running down this. Oh, it's still RH villager there, but not much going on. T90 attack grounding, might kill something. As still just queuing up halbs in my barracks here, trying to attack ground, getting some shots in from the Scorpions. And let's see, there we go. Ungarrisoned the onagers, got some big onager shots. Heavy cav archers going down, and now I'll clean this up. I was trying to come forward and build siege workshops. I'm just not caring enough about this. As he has like 100 military, I only have 40. And now T90's army is getting surrounded down here, and not enough halbs. Will Scorpions are bunched up, but will the onagers kill all the Scorpions? We'll see. This looks like he's doing a decent job of staying alive, but he will kill most of those paladin, but lose most of his army in the process. Looks like, does he have enough halbs to win this? Looks like he might win this. And yeah, a few halbs left, a few probably in that ram. Basically both those armies just died right there. Now here I am at the top. And I have some units, there we go. I have some Scorpions from behind that I'm going to bring in. And yeah, there we go. Now I've deleted villagers and I'm down only to 61. So now I'm committing to fighting here more. So I realized that I need more military. Such a bad mistake not walling that earlier. Let's see, blue is Xing here. Probably like he needs to use those units. So now taking the halbs out, taking this area back. Coming forward with my Scorpions. I can even just hide them behind this gate and shoot. Lock the gate. But now another battle coming down here is T90 sending his halbs and Ward Raiders forward. These guys just making cavalry units. The Huns don't. If they had a few heavy cavalry archers, they could probably deal with this much better. We're trying to get a big onager shot, not really getting one. There we go. And not doing anything. Not killing his onager, at least. But doing 3 damage to it at the end there. Running these, trying to run into the eco, but you can't run into an eco when your eco consists of 9 villagers. What is this? Alright. So now I've cleaned this up. And what are these villagers here doing? Are they trying to build more markets? Oh, please build more markets. No, they're building a water camp. Oh. But now, he's unleashed the rams into my halberdier now that their army is cleaned up. And hopefully I'll be able to kill those villagers better. And yeah, the problem is that they still have something of an economy, whereas T90 really doesn't. And those... Good thing I have this... oh, nope. I was gonna say, good thing I have that one piece of paladin stopping things from running into... a palisade stopping things from running into my eco, but it's not much of a wall anymore. Yeah, I was like, I was so clever. I have this one palisade wall, nothing's getting in, but everything can get in. Now they're in our trade. So T90 is signaling take out markets, so I'm just like, no, I'm not taking out those markets. Those are gonna be my markets. I'm just gonna take out the trade cards. And there you go, double siege workshop this time. Still haven't really gotten the stone walls like I need, but. Oh well, cleaned this up for the 2nd time. Actually have been adding an army this time. I figure that's enough resources at this point. Just don't kill the markets. Hopefully I can clean up those villagers with scorpions. Now I finally have some villagers forward that I can build stuff. Build some more siege workshops. And Hal's just going to death as the scorpions are behind them. And yeah, these probably will lose the scorpions again. Yeah, not the greatest positioning of them without the halberds nearby. Yeah, I see you go down there, but thankfully I have enough scorpions up here and halberds coming out of it. No worries. T90 there, he's buying food and wood because he doesn't have any villagers. That's definitely not the efficient way to do things. Well, you know, maybe it is if other people just suddenly sell food and wood to keep the price down, and if you can buy for the really cheap price. Maybe that could work, but it's kind of relying on other people. And because if you only have trade carts, I wonder if that could ever be effective. Probably not. But yeah, cav archers aren't going to do much against the scorpions, and now I actually have enough army here that I can clean this up because they're not producing constantly. And there we go, I finally did get the wall up again. Problem is that paladins probably can take that out. I need to repair. Please repair. No, I'm not repairing. They're gonna get it again. Oh well. I have now finally cleaned this up. And unfortunately I'm not repairing. There you go, finally start repairing. I'm trying to make some scorpions behind to shoot the paladin. That will probably go down. There's more paladin coming in from behind. And yeah, I really needed a wall and not a siege workshop there. There we go, just a bit too slow. I need more villagers here. Oh, I got it. I made this town center just to create villagers, and then I didn't use my villagers. And now we're up to about 127,000 gold. That's quite a lot of gold. And down here, T90 still is fighting with these paladin, taking out the ram. It's not really having his units in good position. Doesn't really have the halberds he needs to take out the paladin. Getting some good onager shots there. And there you go, taking out a few paladin. Can we get a good... That's a lot of siege onagers. Can we get a good shot here? No, not really. At least the halberds are there. There we go, killing a few paladin. Need one more good shot. Take out those cow archers there. And yeah, T90, he has been pushed back, but looks like he's starting to stabilize here. And whoa, I have oh, that's his trade card. Now I'm up to about 45 halbs, so actually I'm taking some better fights now. And now what I'm doing is I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna get a wall here, but I'll just build all these barracks here so that the trade carts have to go around. They can't get to the markets. But now they don't really have any trade carts left at all either. So we'll have to see. They have to just be selling for their goal. And because they don't really have, yeah, now they're running out of resources. So I think we finally worn them down. And I'm looking at my resources and hoping that I didn't spend too much. It was like, okay, GG. And that's it. He has no gold and no trade, and he's finally out. So now it's me, T90, and Red. So my first thought is, okay, I need to wall this so that Red doesn't pester me. And hopefully actually put something behind it this time. And so now it's, what are T90 and I going to do with each other? At some point, I'm going to need to grab a whole bunch of trade carts and delete them, and then spawn world raiders from these buildings. Red's like, I'm going down fighting. And now, time to add in siege workshops over here for when I have to fight T90. These villagers probably should be moved to another wood line where they're safer. Moving my economy over to Green's base now is probably the safest thing I can do. But, oh well. So many lumber camps, just kept rebuilding them. I think that Celts, since they have the bonus, that lumberjacks work 15% faster. So when they chop wood, even though they're more efficient, they decrease the percentage of time that they spend chopping compared to walking. So it's probably better for Celts more than any other civ to rebuild lumber camps more frequently. But we'll see, as I finally have managed to make a fortified wall here. Good old fortified wall. Now here's some... that villager. Lock that halb. No, so close to opening that gate. Oh. Whoa. There we go. I locked the gate there. Now I have a villager to wall behind, and I actually have scorpions. I need those scorpions just to keep Red out. Come on, scorpions, you can move over there. Have this up here. Yeah, I can start chopping some wood down here. And T99, we're still trading. I guess he thinks he needs Red at this point. And I did let a couple in or something. That was unfortunate, but scorpions now should attack there. It's like they're chasing after that trade cart. No, scorpions. What am I doing? I think I'm just worried about building stuff in my base right now. I think he's going to make... If he makes rams, I would actually need to get onagers instead of scorpions, but oh well. Now at least I have a double layer of fortified wall here. Probably should keep going a bit more this way just in case I accidentally chop through with that onager again. Still have a couple houses here from Smarthy. I'm like, yeah, T90, where's that army going? You're not going to kill Red. So yeah, I know what's coming. I'm getting ready to delete my trade carts. I'm getting ready to queue up some world raiders from these 11 castles. And I'm getting ready to make some siege onagers, and I'll go for that Celt combination of world raiders and siege onagers, and probably some siege rams for killing buildings, and maybe a few heavy scorpions or trebs thrown in for good measure. But here we are pushing out with the halbs. It's halbs will be able to kill rams. So we'll see. I need to move these so they're actually behind the wall. Oh, you're doing such a better job of walling here. Oh. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of wall right there would have been really good. And I could just defend the siege onagers. There we go, T90, buying food again. You see, he might think, oh, I've got a lot of gold. I have 30,000. Well, I have 150,000. Rams. See how the scorpions do against the rams. These are only Hun rams, not Celt rams, but still a lot of HP. Have my own rams in the back. Maybe we'll do some damage to the beat. Here are the halves now. I think I'll be able to take this pretty securely. Alright, so okay. I've had enough of this. I'm just gonna run some army down into T90. T90 told him to delete what? Probably telling him to delete those markets, because at the end of the day, I was successful and I kept those markets alive. Now I'm like, I know what's coming, T90. I'm just gonna keep these trade carts alive a bit longer, then delete them and have some population space. See, he's buying all that stuff and still decreasing his gold stockpile. I don't need anything. And we gotta see where the next move's gonna be. Oh, I just heard. Oh yeah, that's me deleting my trade cards because I'm like starting to delete them because I know what's coming. Yeah. If you look, I'm down to 66 trade cards, so I've made some pop space, and I'm starting to train some world raiders. There we are. There we are, some nice world raiders. Just getting ready. Yeah, getting ready for when T9's up. I need to repair that gate and rebuild that wall. Now what is... Now red has some trade cards down here, and red is trying to trade with T90. So yeah, I need to push in now, because I don't want those two trading. Did he delete these? He still has those markets there. Alright. And another fight here against Hustler versus Halbs. Not going to work out that well. There we are, repairing the gate. I don't know where those rams are going. I guess I just really don't want him ramming. There's a pretty 2 window. The second gate. Alright, this is a friendly army. There we go. And I think he's gonna get a good siege on a shot here. I should have put these on to the spread formation. There we go. And yeah, I mixed up with his Halbs now, but he still kills like half of his money, but all of mine there with one auto shot. But that's okay, because I can just create them forever. World Raiders create very fast. I don't have them queued up great, but World Raiders actually create really, really quickly. And now I've done a siege on here, so I'm just like, I'm gonna push in and kill T90. And look at those World Raiders glitching out a bit. And we get a good shot on them. I need to bring mine up. There we go. I'm gonna get his World Raiders too. Maybe fill mine as well. Let's see, can I get some good shots on those Halbs? And I'm just going for the buildings. Got the World Raiders from behind to deal with that. There we go. Got some good shots on the Halbs there. Clean this up. And I'm still over 150,000 gold, and he's 35,000. See what happens to him. And he's still trying to trade with me. And there we go, I delete the markets, so he can't do that anymore. Now he's trading with red, but red is also attacking him. So red is both trading with and attacking T90, who earlier slung him to fight me, who is allied with T90. So things are getting complicated here, but I think we have control of this. As long as I don't kill all my own World Raiders and siege out of this. And we're about 5 hours in. It's about time for this to end. And that probably would be good to have some heavy scorpions behind the siege onagers to protect them from road raiders. But yeah, just building the siege workshop forward, continuing to make units forward. Still chopping wood by him. He's not cleaning that up. So the rams go down. Almost down. Yeah, they're not gonna reach me. All those rams going down, and let's look at his gold count. He's still on 35,000. Let's see, I'm still at 150,000, despite making all of these units. And now I'm down to 3 trade cards and 105 military, so I've completely transitioned from economy to military at this point. And we're only 70 villages, and we're bringing out the full power of the Celts right now. It's a big army of siege onagers, but we're just going to need to really deal with that. Yeah, Scorpions, I think, do a pretty good job of defending against the siege onagers, but I don't know if you ever get to this size of army in the whole game. So we're going to start moving forward with the rams. Get some good kills on those warriors. Move this over forward. These guys' onagers all bunched up, so I can get some good shots on them. But meanwhile, Red, coming in with Paladin, T90's tried to wall him off, but Red is just, he's trying to get in. T90 only has 34 villages, so I want to lose those 4 villagers there. But looks like Red even got some trade carts up here somehow. Oh, they tried to path themselves from those markets around into my base, even though it's locked off. But there we go. Red's gotten in. T90's trying to wall that. He can't wall that. He's retreating up here, and let's just look at his resources. He is now down to 20,000 gold. Only 20,000 gold. It's not even enough for spies normally. And yeah, I don't think he can keep up with my motor production. Oh, he's not doubled anymore. I did not notice when that fixed itself, but now he's only on the scoreboard once. That was interesting. Huh. Yeah, he's coming in with some onagers on spread formation. Let's see, can I get the rams in there fast enough to deal with them? Probably not. He'll probably take out the rams. Adding in some halbs, I think, just because I had seen Red's cavalry down here. And the only thing I'm really worried about is that Red might start trading with these markets, but not too big of a deal. I have enough. That's T90. I have enough gold stockpiled. How much damage can that one do? Now the mass chronicles in the back. Just need to put them in the spread formation and attack. There we go, killing all those loads, getting some nice shots on them. Getting some shots from this side. Taking out all of those onagers. Bye bye. And there we are, there's his army. And let's see, what is he queuing up? Down to 18,000 gold. And we just gotta watch that gold stockpile. He's getting cleaned up over here. I'm continuing to push my buildings forward. It's getting raided by Red as well. That's interesting. I don't know if I even reacted. I think that here I'm thinking that Red and T90 are allied, and I probably don't even realize they've been fighting. But they haven't even been fighting. As now he is trying to ram me over here, and I don't know if I'm noticing that. I have a lot of rams here when really I think I needed the scorpions and siege onagers. But I'll just have the halbs deal quickly with that ram. And yeah, I'll be fine after that. Let's continue to fight here. You gotta get some more shots. Force him back. See, he's down to 100 population. I'm staying up there at 200. Forcing him into halbs even as he's down to like 2,000 gold. And once he's out of gold, he can't make any of this siege anymore. So he's down. He's like usually his trade cards too. He's only down to 1. Red says, I don't know. I guess he's talking to T90 there. Oh, I probably asked. Oh, guess how much gold I have? T90's like, I have 50k. No, you don't. I have 150k. Yeah, that's so much trade profit. I'll have to check how much trade profit that was. And of course he's lying. He doesn't actually have gold. He has nothing. Only a few castles. 7 castles, actually. I didn't think he must have bought a lot of stone later on. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. There we go. T90 resigns, and he did break through this wall again. I was really bad at protecting this. But now that I actually have population, I will actually fight here. And yeah, I guess the only thing I would be worried... Oh, T90 did delete his... Oh, he would be able to mark it here. Oh well. The only thing I would be worried about is if they could fight that. Red says, let's make this quick. I don't think he knows quite how much resource I have. I have 150k gold, 11. I can wait a while. It's like I have 3k. And he says, GG, and 5 hours, 7 minutes, and 26 seconds into this game of Force Nothing. It is over. Such a long game of betrayal and diplomacy and weird slinging your enemies who are fighting your allies. All right, let's look at these achievements. You see military, lots of kills and losses for everyone who managed to survive. Ooh, 1 conversion for blue. And he did also have the largest army. I didn't have a large army at all until the end. Look at all that wood, that kelp wood and gold collected. 283,038 gold collected, and 207,345 trade profit. So that's about 80,000 gold I had got from selling resources at the market. And we see T90, looks like he slung 19,000 resources to red, and blue also slung 19,000 resources to red. So that's how he was able to stay in so long. And before Smarthy resigned, she slung all of her resources to Ice Cream, who then deleted the market that she used for slinging so that T90 wouldn't be able to trade with it, forcing T90 to trade with me and giving me a huge trade profit. All right, so technology, blue with the Huns, playing Force Nothing as the Huns should, getting up quickly. No one else did resources just for the heck of it, but still only did 75%. Couldn't build a dock, unfortunately. Villager high, 198, 11 castles. And timeline, messy, and then a lot of battles. All right, so that's Force Nothing. If you're not convinced that's the best map ever, then you need to go and play it for yourself. I'll probably put a link to download it in the description so you can find the map. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you later.